You supposed to be playing the presidential music right now.
I am Chris Oglesby. I put my full government on there. You know what I mean? Just this one time.
All right, cool. I'm Tyrell James.
Andre Watkins.
Yes.
And I am Dr. Nicole.
Y'all might have seen her dancing on TikTok. You know what I mean? Somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like 1 billion videos. You know what I mean?
That's true.
She has a lot of time on her hands. I see.
That's not true.
I get 47 videos on my timeline every day. All the different dance.
She the reason I don't go on social media no more.
Yeah.
My whole timeline is just her dancing.
Don't believe him, y'all. Don't.
TikTok doc.
That's my way of spreading joy.
Let's welcome Dr. Nicole Wagner to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
You don't have
guys.
headphones on, so you can't hear the applause. But
I saw his hand. I just.
gotcha.
How you doing, lady?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
Bring your mic in a little bit more. Just kind of pull it. Yeah.
I just want to say for the viewers,
better.
you did
That's
my
better.
mic like that.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh my God.
If anything
Let's
malfunctions,
just put that
Her
out
mic
there.
sounds right.
Check one.
So remove that. I don't think it's in the shop, but that damn
What's
rubber
that?
band in the floor. I don't know where it came from. Popped off
did you
somebody's
just say
ponytail.
the rubber band on the floor?
Yeah, popped off.
Nobody see
pop,
this.
Yeah, popped off somebody's ponytail.
Man,
or
I ain't
something.
watching that podcast. Yeah, they got rubber bands on the floor.
What?
They
You don't know
nasty.
what you're doing?
I do, but
Let me see it. Bring it to me.
He is in rare form
He got his boss's hat on today.
all the time.
About to go outside though. They know what I mean when I say go outside.
I don't even know what you mean, but
Put
it's
your
just
hands up.
funny to me.
Put your hands up. Let's go outside, bro. We'll be back. We can be dirty, you know what I'm saying? A little dust, a little couple grass stains. As long as we got it off our chest.
And then get right back to pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, look at this ugly ass jersey. Anyway, that's why it wasn't working because you probably pointed it at that jersey. Here, baby.
Try not to have that Cowboys jersey in the camera.
Yeah.
I tried to set it on fire, but she kept moving. She wouldn't hold still, so you know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
just have
man,
to
what's
set the
what's
whole
been going
person
on with
on fire.
everybody, man? Welcome to the pod, Miss Nicole. You know what I mean? Can you kind of explain what kind of doctor you are, real quick?
So I'm an organizational leadership doctor in the behavioral health profession. So I do educational. I actually do private consulting where I go into businesses and tell them what their strengths are for operation, and I tell them what their weaknesses are, and develop a strategy that best fits
Okay.
their work environment to be able to make employees happy and retain employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much do they complain about raises?
But honestly, believe it or not, raises is at the bottom of the list.
What?
Employees want to feel valued, appreciated, and respected, and they don't want to feel like a robot.
True.
That sounds like something she's practiced like 8-9 times.
Yeah.
No,
She's a
actually,
union buster, yo.
They
Just
scared.
say you're a union buster.
Actually,
scared.
my entire dissertation, I wrote at the organization that I am, and I use different locations to write it. So I use people that to this day I work with.
Right.
So being a manager of 3 different departments, everything that I discovered in that research, I implement that into my leadership style. So it's true. People want money, come and go. That's the thing. We all want money. Let's be clear about that. You want to be paid your worth, although jobs will never pay you that. But it's a lot easier to ask an employee to do a little bit more and come in and help you out if they know you're going to appreciate them, you're going to be compassionate with them. And I'm definitely all them things
Okay.
with my staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
That's the
sounds
best
good.
way to show appreciation, though.
Yeah, and I've had those hard supervisors. And I said if ever I was in a leadership position, I would not do any of them things.
Yeah, they definitely show you how not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you was a union buster. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let me see your paperwork.
No, that's not me, but we do have that whole union at my organization.
Oh,
So yeah, it's
did you-
optional though.
How did you get into the field?
So in 2003, I was actually working for the Baltimore City Fire Department. So I worked
Wow.
doing a medic, which I loved it. I loved going to like the stabbings and the gunshot calls is like adrenaline rush. I don't like sitting idle. I get bored really fast.
You liked going to the stabbings and the gunshot
because
calls?
I knew it was going to be work. Let me be clear with that.
Okay,
I knew it was going to be work. It was the calls where someone didn't want to go see their primary care doctor that I'd be like, they could have just caught a cab or a hack. At that time, it was hacks. Now it's Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
That was just a waste of the city's money, taxpayers' money. I enjoyed them because I felt like my purpose was really being utilized, helping to save someone's life.
Okay.
And around about that time, I had a really good friend that's now a frat brother. And I was like, I want to do more. And I was getting bored with that. And then people were starting to retire a lot faster from injuries, lifting, because the stretcher alone is 75 pounds without anything on it. Then you put a 5-pound oxygen tank. Then you put a BLS bag. Then you put a Pro Pack. Then you put 100 plus person body on it. You got to carry it up and down steps. I was like, I'm not trying to blow out my knees or my back. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
playing around, because you and Tyrell know I played pretty much a lot. He went to take an entry test at a college, and I was bored. I was like, well, let me just sit here and play on this computer and take this entry exam. I tested right out of all remedial classes, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and register. So it was really on playtime, and I started taking it serious.
Okay.
Yeah, you said that you were showing up to the scenes where somebody got stabbed or shot or whatever. You weren't afraid of that causing any type of trauma?
Honestly, no. At the time, no, because I wasn't really looking at it like I was entering a traumatic environment. But now, being a behavior health professional, I'm like, I was exposed to a lot of trauma. But even back then, the fire department and the police department had what's called a debriefing period. Like, even if a police officer fired his or her firearm, they have to take your weapon and they automatically give you paid time off just so you can de-escalate yourself, because that's serious.
We're pretty familiar with cops getting paid time off for shooting niggas. That happens a lot.
Okay,
that happens a lot. You know what I mean?
Not the bad kind, but for me, and a lot of times because I'm so stubborn and strong, I was refusing to take the time off or to even see a therapist. And again, when you know better, the hope and the expectation is that you'll do better. So now I understand the importance of having a therapist. I actually have two. And being a behavior health professional, I'm constantly listening to people that have no control over his or her own life, even teenagers, and just watching them struggle through basic things that maybe the four of us don't have struggles like, do I put gas in my car, or do I go buy alcohol, or do I go buy some type of drug just to be able to
cope
with life and even get up out of the bed. And that becomes stressful because I literally put my life on hold before I exit my car and go into the building. And I'm over 3 different emergency departments. So
Oh yeah.
It
that
takes
in
a
and of
strong
itself
person to do something like that.
So now that you're in the position that you're in, like a few weeks ago, I remember we were on the phone and you had to get off the phone, said there was an emergency. And look, if we have to bleep this out, if there's anything that we're not supposed to be sharing, then we'll take it out.
Okay.
But when we did talk again, you said that somebody had OD'd.
Yeah, so most people don't know. They don't even know where I work at. And I specifically do that because, one, I don't want to continue to be the dumping ground for people that have these issues at my specialty. I primarily work with individuals that are duly diagnosed. They have mental health disorders and or substance abuse problems. And the substance abuse problem is the top tier for them. That would put them in my office. And so over the ER departments, I work in collaboration with the Baltimore City Mayor's office. So all of those opioid epidemic numbers for overdoses and pinpointing the hot spots and the death zones, that's me and other leaders at other hospitals that's collecting that data. So I sit on that committee board, and it was actually a teenager that overdosed.
Oh, wow.
So how hard is that for you to compartmentalize, I guess? You have to separate being a person and being human with being a worker at that point, because you can't get so consumed and so connected to your job that it starts to take this emotional toll on you.
Right.
How hard is that for you?
It's hard. It's very hard. And on most weeks, I'm not even going to say days, most weeks, I don't do a very good job because I'm a very compassionate person. I have family members that suffer from the disease of alcoholism, and addiction, and a lot of people, I share my own truth and testimony. I myself have never used drugs, but I have a brother. People think we're twins. They've always thought we're twins. The next time I see him on the other side of the fence, I'll be burying him. He's doing life because of his addiction. I've lost uncles, aunts. I have a sister in Baltimore that don't even remember me, and I got tired of going through the repetitive cycle of reminding her, hey, I'm your sister. That's so strung out, you know, from drugs. And I think the myth and the ignorance of the myth that people choose to get high. I literally had people on my caseload and that I see that come through that ED who parents either sex them out for money or for drugs. And they don't want to feel that pain, you know. They don't want to know what that's like. So they turn to alcohol. They turn to drugs. You have people that tell you, oh, it's just a joint. That's why I tell people, even though marijuana is legal, if you're not getting it with a medicinal card, just don't even do it, because I can tell you factually, because it's what I do for a living.
They putting that fentanyl in the weed. They putting that fentanyl in the weed.
You know, and it's deadly. So a lot of times I'm in my office, I'm crying. One of my very, very strong team members, she checks on me a lot. And I think for me, that's what keeps me going and gives me that balance. I have a praying mother that prays for me. I have praying friends like my fellow co-host Wanda. Now you guys. But it is hard. I'd be lying if I sat here and I told y'all viewers that I'm able to compartmentalize it. I tell anyone factually, if you can separate being human and watching another person just struggle and totally have no realistic control over his or her own life, you have become so desensitized and emotionally detached.
This society is becoming so desensitized with everything that we're seeing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then look how long we've been dealing with this type of situation. Like, I'm 48 years old, so I was 11 years old when crack came around here.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at what you're saying. I'm laughing. Somebody said, damn, when you said your
Who said that? Who said it? I didn't hear it.
I know who said it. I'm not going to point it out.
That's like Kevin Hart did Don
She's
Cheadle.
4 days younger than me.
That's like Kevin Hart did Don Cheadle when Don Cheadle told him how he was like, damn. He's like, I'm sorry.
But
Continue.
it's true. Right, it's true.
Shit. She was laughing at you. Anyway,
I remember when crack came around here. I was like, one day looking at beautiful women, you know, a role model, cousins walking around with nice clothes on, shoes, whatever, you know, pretty girls around them too. To like the next week, everybody looked like zombies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember.
And people don't want to talk about it. This whole idea of war on drugs was not a big thing. It wasn't all these programs. It wasn't all these resources to help individuals that could not afford to pay the cost of treatment until, and I'm going to say it and I'm going to stand by it, until Christian, Rebecca, Jessica, Timothy started showing up at them ERs. But I want people to do their history and be very, very clear. Non-black people have always gotten high, but they've always had the access to resources to maintain it and or somehow control it visibly on a surface. Nobody cared when The Wire was exposing it. That's why that will forever be one of my favorite series. The Wire was exposing Baltimore City and just the global issue with it. You know, now you ride around, you see these abandoned homes that are boarded up. Well, they're boarded up now because they found white people that were overdosing and dead in it. You know, then they came with the needle exchange trucks. Where was these trucks when you thought it was just black people?
According to the Wire, that's not why. According to the Wire, that's not why those bodies was in those bandos. According to the Wire,
it was granted. It was different reasons. It was different reasons why they were there. But to answer your question, so the needle exchange trucks are where, because HIV and Hep C was on a rise, and it really increased with individuals that were sharing their works for the IV drug users. So they was like, hey, if we're gonna get control of this Hep C transference and this HIV, they're gonna get high. Let's develop a way to control it. So you can literally go to the truck, exchange your dirty works, get clean needles so that you're not sharing, because they were literally sharing.
Okay.
I saw that in Kensington. I never saw the truck that you're talking about, but
Yeah.
I've rode through Kensington in Philadelphia where they have little booths set up and they have clean needles and
Right.
free HIV testing, and I'm like,
Yeah, and Baltimore City has been doing that for years. That van, needle exchange van, goes to, they have a calendar, an online calendar schedule where you can see Monday through Friday where that truck is going to be.
Okay.
And then I became partnered up with Baltimore City Health Department. I became their pinpoint person. I was like, hey, if you got somebody that's on that van that they want treatment, you send them. It would be times I get to work at 6 something in the morning. I wouldn't leave there till 6 p.m. Anybody that would be in that waiting area, I got into treatment.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Like, just piggybacking off what you said with, like, you know, with non-blacks or non-colored people or whatever you categorize people as, it's dealing with drugs or anything like that. Even on the Eastern Shore, you know, like, you didn't see, now you see all the going purple signs and everything everywhere where they're going purple, but that was. There was no going purple when the crack epidemic hit on the shore.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's because it wasn't that much. It didn't seem like it was that much concern by the city or by the government
You're
at
right.
the time. But once, like you said, once fentanyl started making its rounds, and you had a lot of white people or a lot of, you know what I mean, other cultures going from it. Now it's now they raised the alarm up. You know what I mean? Which I thought was crazy. You know, so
Yeah, and
Well,
then
it's
you're
not
gonna.
crazy to me because I mean we're going to be honest about what. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I would, because you're probably gonna
Say
lead
what
right
you're about
into
to
what
say,
I was
yeah.
getting ready
All
to
three
say.
of
You know, I mean, we're going to be honest about what the war on drugs was. It was a war on us.
yeah, of course,
So
yeah.
That was their agenda.
Exactly.
So that's why it's not surprising to me
Yeah.
because that was the
Exactly.
plan.
That
So
was
I
the way
don't
to break up the black family.
I don't even know who
And to
started
kill us.
calling it crack, but when I first heard it, it was freebase.
Freebase, right?
And,
Yeah.
and they was
And
like,
they had a
they
device
was
to
literally
freebase
walking
with,
around giving the shit away. For real. Try this.
Yeah.
Everybody, oh my God.
They probably started
You know what
calling
I'm
it
saying?
crack because they found a way to market that word. Crack is whack. And, you know, all of the things that you can say with crack or whatever, I mean, it's,
Right.
yeah.
It
So,
is all a systematic system of another form of genocide. And again, I stand on that. You don't have to take that out. I think
Oh, no, we're
anybody,
not
So
taking
we
it out.
keep it real on here.
anybody
we
who
keep it
know
straight
me
up
know
on here.
how
Yeah,
I
no
feel
doubt.
about it. There's no money in the cure. That's
Right.
first
Of
and
course.
foremost.
Just
Right.
like crime. There's no money in stopping crime.
Absolutely.
You know?
And we talk about the quote unquote stereotypical yo boy that stands on the corner and he's wheeling and dealing to the pregnant woman or to anybody that comes his way. But nobody's talking about these blue collar white doctors that
man.
have these shared condos, they own multiple homes. And there is several movie series on Netflix. One is The Pharmacist, and I really remember that as if it was yesterday, that whole scandal, whereas though this doctor moved down to New Orleans and she was just charging people $250, giving them $190 Oxycontin. And then the pharmacist who actually owned it, they falsely mislabeled anything with, first of all, anything oxy that comes from an opioid is addictive. And they falsely broke the law and put on it was
That's crazy.
non-addictive.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So they overprescribe. I had patients, you know, and I talk to them and I said, and I'm like, when you go for pain management, let them know when you're in a drug treatment. They can still treat you. They just need to talk to us and coordinate the appropriate level and regimen of care. They will give them 120 Rocosets.
Sheesh.
You know, you're talking about somebody that has a long-term history of opioid use, and most people are polysubstance addictive. They're using more than one thing.
She's using a lot of big words on here. Go to your dictionary or glossary, you know,
I know what it
if you can follow, you know.
get a medical dictionary.
Yeah, you know, she's using a lot of big words on
I
here.
know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Thank you.
I'm not saying you.
I understand.
We're talking to the listeners, you know what I mean? They might not know.
Yeah.
So
you know.
poly is more than one. a lot of people think that people are.
I fought back a bad joke there. We're so serious right now. It's dark. So I want to lighten the mood up a little bit. You know what I mean? We do know. We're very familiar with that word.
I am aware that word. Well, y'all know what it means.
It's that many in your house. Oh, okay.
Yes, it means more than one.
It means threesome.
Yeah.
I think we can raise segue right into
So this will
that.
be going on in the fire department.
But one of the things I've done, because this issue, especially in the Black community, and I focus on our people because we're never going to take back our power if we don't try to help each other. So for the past 3 years, underneath of my business, I run, in collaboration with Protect Our Girls campaign, a hotline number.
Okay.
The both of us have an additional number attached to our phone. We take shifts 24 hours because you just never know. And I literally have had people call that phone 1 or 2 in the morning and they're so out of it. And I'm like, well, where are you? And of course I'll get there and then call 911 and make sure they get to the hospital. But if anyone has never seen someone that's going through withdrawals, it's not funny. And I take it personal when I see those videos pop up, you know, on social media. That's someone's brother, someone's sister. And I think we all can remember career day growing up in school, and they be like, well, what you want to be, you know, when you grow up? I never heard anybody say, oh, I want to be strung out on drugs and drunk. They had dreams, they had aspirations, and something dark happened in their life and landed them there.
That's true.
And I tell myself, in a blink of an eye, it could be me on the other side.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay.
Before we do segue out of this, I want to first thank you for what you do and let you know that you are a hero. You honestly are. The world needs more people like you to be more people who are as considerate and as compassionate
And just
as you
involved
are.
in the community, you
And
know what I mean?
involved in the
Involved in helping
community and
people
making a difference.
you know what I mean? Providing resources for people, and things of that nature. We know what you do because we know we do your other show. So, you know, and we love what you do and what you and all the girls do, you know, what all the ladies do, you know, as far as shop talking and all the resources that you provide for children and people struggling with addiction and young ladies that may be going through situations of abuse and things of that nature. So we just want to, you know, give you your flowers, you know, for that. You know,
Thank you, guys.
That's what's up.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You all have to, I want you all to start giving yourself credit too, because I remember how I was introduced to the both of you gentlemen, Christopher.
Oh my God.
I want to get that name right. I don't want no smoke. And to, I was going to say,
I know you was about to say it. Yeah.
Tyrell.
What you got, a pet name or something?
No.
No, she was going to say
You know
Tyrell.
what?
She was gonna say Tyrell.
What is it?
His name is spelled
It's spelled
Tyrell. So I'm like, your name is Tyrell.
Tyrell,
That's
yeah.
what I call him too.
Yeah, you do.
Tyrell.
Let's
I'm
take
like,
some. You can say Ty.
Just take it. Just take it.
It's pronounced.
You know what I'm
Tyrell.
talking about when I say it,
He
right?
probably said it's pronounced Tyrell. Tyrell.
both of y'all are like so extra with y'all names. Like,
Call me Tyrell.
not the Rumble, not the Cardi B Rumble.
Rico.
I'm gonna start saying your name like that too. Do it.
Don't forget the movement. You got to do the movement with it.
All right,
Tyrell.
I'm a word. Thank you.
Enunciate.
Thank you for
Enunciate,
that.
Tyrell.
That's the annoy him with.
Mic on? Stay with me.
Yeah, I can.
We
I
hear
can
you.
yeah, we can hear you.
Well, I don't have headphones.
You can put your headphones on if you want.
But what I was saying, I want to thank you guys because it really takes a whole community to make a difference. Just you all reaching out to us. You didn't have to do that. You could have just continued, to watch it online, and y'all cleaned us up real nice. And I don't say that as a joke because we just knew something needed to be done and we were going to do it. We was like, God will fix it. And then he sent you two. And then we saw the first video. I was like, we was on the phone like, girl, we stars. We look professional. And that may not seem like a big deal to people, but presentation is everything. And I always use the example of going to a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant and your food look messy, are you going to eat it?
No.
And
I don't know that restaurant y'all took us to after that pod.
If I go in that
you
restaurant,
get your food though.
That food was good. Yeah, that food was good.
if I go in that restaurant and the cushion got holes in it, I'm sitting down. They can cook.
The views expressed by him are his and his alone. But sir,
No, it's ours.
y'all allowed us going forward from that very first recording with you all, Relic Media, to present important, relevant, resourceful information to people. And although people was tuning in, I would be remiss if I didn't say, since that, the clarity and everything, presentation, those ratings have gone up with viewers. So thank you.
But that was also because we believed in y'all.
Yeah.
You know, we saw what you were doing and we loved it, and we wanted it to be a part of what we were doing. So I mean, it's actually an honor for us to have you a part of Relic Media.
So y'all see that all this hate between black men and black women. I'm so serious about this. See how we didn't know each other. I didn't know you, and now I feel like I've been knowing you for a long time. And black men and black women can help each other. And we can have open conversations and disagree without being disagreeable. So you have several people here today that's proven that point.
Which brings us to our next topic.
Beautiful segue.
This
I
is
should've-
really
should've said it, huh?
Speaking on
That's a surprise.
speaking on the battle between men and women.
Let's get into
Yeah,
it.
let's talk about these lists that's out here.
These lists.
These lists. The first list I think was places not to take black women to on the first date, or take places. Was it a black woman or just
Women.
a woman?
No,
in
just
general?
women.
Just a woman in general on the first date.
Although I haven't seen any white women say anything
Thank
about
you
it.
for saying it. And all of the pictures on the flyer, when it's the female list, is African American. But
It
I'm
is.
gonna let you continue, boss man.
So there was a list. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with it because we're kind of late talking about
I'ma
it.
go
you know what I mean?
last.
We're kind of late talking about it.
I can run. I got the list here if you want me to run through it.
Yeah. Let's go.
So let me see. It says here's a list of places women
I'ma get my
absolutely
opinion
refuse
last.
to go on the first date. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me make this list. I think that was Lil Duval. I believe. But
Was it
anyway.
him that made it?
I
Okay.
believe
So his is supposed to be funny then, huh?
And this all
funny to
derived
me.
from this all derived from the young lady that refused the date to go into the Cheesecake Factory because she said that the guy should have took her on somewhere nicer and didn't take her to a chain restaurant. She felt like going to a chain restaurant was like was beneath her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and I mean on the first date. First let's get into. Go down the list. And then we'll
So
get into
it's Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House. I'm cool with that one.
Yeah, your house.
Chili's got some good drinks.
I mean,
Any
your
fast
house
food
would have been a
chain.
good date. That means a good date if we go to my house.
You know
But
what?
That's a good date.
That's why I'm
But you
talking
know
about.
what?
That's a good date. Why would she be mad at
I'm gonna
that
let
if
all
we
this
come to my house? If
ridiculousness
we
get
go to
out,
my
and then I'm gonna
house,
go
that's
last.
the point.
That's not a date for me. If it's at my house or your house,
Yeah, I understand it. Yeah.
I'm not at the date. So what are we talking about? We talking about dating or we talking about fucking? Because
True.
I'm probably not going to date the woman I'm only trying to fuck.
Right.
Yeah, the lists are irrelevant to me. For real.
Yeah. So
My
that's
wife,
different.
when we for her first met, our first meeting, which wasn't our first official date, but our first time meeting, was at Applebee's, and we still married.
They had
So,
some
you know
good
what I mean?
wings
Exactly.
back in the day
Applebee's
when I
had
was
the-
eating meat.
They had the
They
dollar
was
margaritas.
delicious.
Then they had the sangrias. You know what I
Right.
mean?
The margaritas be hitting.
I was drinking sangria. Yeah, I was a big sangria.
Y'all want to
so-
keep going before I end? Before
What's
I
the
hold on,
Buffalo
yeah,
Wild
keep
Wings
going, keep
on
going,
there? They
huh?
got the bone
Yeah, like,
wings.
I'll
Anyway,
push down the TNT
So,
button.
any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, which your fucking my Wingstop is great. Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP is wonderful. Denny's,
Pretzels.
I agree with Denny's. Denny's is disgusting. The gym, church, Starbucks,
The
coffee
gym,
dates.
hold up, the gym. Who the hell is taking somebody to the gym on the first date?
Now here's the thing.
look
Into it. You have two
I
gym
can
rats
make
that'll work
an
out.
argument for the gym. Let's say you have two gym rats, right?
Right.
Man and woman, or whoever it is. You know, so
We're talking about
it
a
says for
date,
women.
though. We're
So,
not talking about just a meeting.
I'm gonna tell you why. Though. I'm gonna tell you why that may work.
I'm
You know
going
when
to the
that
gym.
feel good hormone that comes from working out.
Dopamine.
Yes, dopamine. So when the two of you all are working out together, and so now imagine a conversation that occurs after both of us have increased our dopamine levels.
You know what?
Let's go home and take a shower together.
When I'm in the gym, and this may be a
we
little
on the
off
same
topic.
page.
This may be a little off topic, but when I'm in the gym, the way some of them ladies be wearing and working out, that's not for a first date. That's That's more of having the first date at my
Let's
house.
go home
after
and
that.
take a shower together.
Yeah, let's go home and shower. Let's sneak in the shower together. Or
but
something
you know
like
what?
that. Let's sneak in the
Oftentimes-
steam room.
Whoa, wait a
Oftentimes,
minute.
depending on how good the date goes, it could lead to that point. Dinner could lead
turned
there.
on the back road.
Movies could lead there. The gym could lead there. Like
We turned on the back road.
What's y'all opinion? So what's
Get
a
back
good
on.
place?
Get back on 50.
Because let's put it in perspective, right?
Thank you.
This is our first date. I don't, and regardless of I don't know how long people been conversating or anything like that before they actually go on their date. But this is our first actual date. Our first actual sitting down, trying to get to know each other, or anything like that. I don't even know if I like you yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think the meeting place should be a nice mutual place where you can actually get to know if I like you, to see if I even like you enough to take you to somewhere nice.
I don't have to
I
like you to
agree.
fuck you.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. For me, as a
You said it for me.
you don't get to even ask me nothing because we have conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you stuff based off the conversations we've had.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. For me, I don't even want to do a first date without doing a meet and greet. And I always suggest coffee or tea house.
Yeah, nice little spot,
and here's the reason why I suggest that. To your point, in a movie theater, in an Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory, there's music, there's multiple conversations. I gotta lean in or keep asking you to repeat. I want to get to know you enough. Of course, in that coffee or tea setting, I'm not going to know everything I want to know or need to know, but I'll know enough to know if I want to sit across a table over a nice meal.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as I 5 minutes, for real.
Yeah, because I might not even like you. Imagine I'm
Yeah, I
getting ready to
know within
spend.
5 minutes,
Imagine
I'd
I'm
be
getting
like,
ready.
brain
Imagine I take
dead.
you to Fogo, even though Fogo, like I ain't see Fogo on the list, but Fogo is a chain restaurant. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Fogo de Chao is a chain restaurant. It might be a nicer
different.
And I
restaurant.
go today.
Because I think with their exactly Ruth Chris is
Yeah,
another
Ruth
one.
Chris, yeah.
But you know what though? I think
go
where
there
they're going
too.
with this. So we're going to be very honest about these lists. What's happening is people, not just the list, but just the way things are now. People are placing far more value on money than on love.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
that's what I was gonna say. Like I don't mean to cut nobody off and anything like that for real, but
You can cut them off.
We are
It's all right. They keep it real here.
right, exactly. But all of us are of age.
Not me.
You're a little more of age than we are.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's where wisdom comes from. But anyway, when we were growing up, like we would meet at the park. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Our parents had to take us, you know what I'm saying, to the movies or take us wherever. Like, but the point was we were trying to get to know each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It don't matter where you are. Now, in this pound town world, you know what I'm saying? Everything is materialistic or whatever, and you have to take me and show me all your money from the beginning just so I can make you look like a fool on social media.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just use you for what you're showing me.
Exactly.
If you start out taking a woman to whatever the fanciest restaurant in your opinion is, you will always have to maintain that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like how you gonna take
Exactly.
somebody to Ruth Chris and then, you know, all right, baby, I wanna go to Olive Garden today. What? Olive Garden? You know what I'm saying? Like you will always have to, but if you make it about you, it doesn't matter where you are.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna be
That's what it
honest.
is.
I'm gonna be
Yep.
honest. If I go on a first date with a woman and she wants to go to Olive Garden, I don't want to go on a date because Olive Garden is disgusting.
Oh my god. That's
To me,
why I said in the restaurant in your opinion.
Olive Garden is like Chick-fil-A to me. Like it's disgusting. Like whenever you see the Olive Garden, what you see? Yeah,
Talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
But I don't like Olive Garden. I'm talking about as far as the type of restaurant it is or the type of
Yeah, I feel the same way about Applebee's.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like that's
But it's a nice first date to me. It's a nice first date spot. Applebee's,
why does it matter where you are?
Denny's.
If
I
you're
don't-
making it about
You know what I mean?
you know what I'm
Whatever.
saying?
Yeah,
Us,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like you. You know what I mean? And I'm not about to drop $150 or $200 on a meal if I don't even fucking like you.
That part right there.
Especially if you got ladies that's going on dates and ordering 38, 40 oysters.
And she can't pronounce what she
Yeah.
ordering. That's your cue to get
Oh
up and
my
go.
God.
Did y'all see that where the girl ordered 40?
Yes.
I think it was like 38
I saw
oysters.
that foolishness.
Yeah, I got straight up.
See
Yeah.
when the guy left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left. He went to the
And as he
bathroom
should.
and left her with the check.
As he should.
Yo, the guy
Absolutely.
who the girl, how all of this stuff started, the girl that was going live when the dude was like taking her to, what was he taking her to? Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you how I would have handled that situation. He got out. He came to open the door, right?
And she wouldn't get out.
And
the
she
car.
wouldn't get out. I would have gotten back in the car and asked her, "Okay, where do you want to go?" She would have said, "Wherever." Got you. I apologize for bringing you here. I would have gone to that restaurant. I would have gotten out the car and opened the door for her like the gentleman that I am. And I would have got back in the car and left her ass there. Now, here's the thing. I gave you what you wanted. You said you wanted to go here.
Yeah, I didn't say that I wanted to go.
Exactly. I gave you what you wanted. You wanted to go there. Now Uber your ass home.
People got too much time on their hands because, like, those two people were the couple, right? The shit was fake.
Was it fake?
Yes, it was. I was waiting to say it.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
I seen her do
other
good.
videos. Like,
She has a podcast
Okay.
called "Down to the White Meat."
Oh, really?
She did it to take. Actually, it was. You're right again. She did it to actually take a pause and show women how egregious and foolish they are
Yes.
about stuff.
Shout out though. What's her name?
My name is Dr. Nicole.
What's her name?
The
lady
one and
name.
only.
Yeah, whatever.
What is her name?
Oh, I don't know her name.
people
But
didn't realize
if you pull up Down to the White Meat podcast, I believe they have her full name.
I feel like if I pull up Down to the White Meat, Pornhub's gonna come up.
Yeah, don't put nothing like that in your algorithm. Don't put nothing about Down to the White Meat in your algorithm, because you already know what's going to come.
So, but far
He might already got that in his algorithm. You never know. You know what I mean?
I've seen these lists floating around, and I've pretty much been ignoring it. But one of my cool Facebook friends, he just be with the shenanigans daily, so he posts stuff purposely to get a response out of people, and he has shared that list. And from a behavior health stance, I was concerned and bothered by how triggered people were by something. You know, I grew up with my grandma would be like, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know, and we all sitting here today can agree we talked to, or we've gone out with somebody that we knew was not within our standards, preference, whatever, and then we made a mature decision just not to deal or associate with those type of people, even in our friendship. But what disturbed me the most is how easily triggered and persuaded people were by this. And when I wrote underneath of the post, I said, this perpetuated propaganda has got to stop. I was like, in no other culture, race of people, do you see this? Do
That's
you
true.
notice how
That's true.
all the men and women that are on these lists are of color? As if white women and some of these Asian women don't get Brazilian butt lifts. And let's just talk about it. White women been altering their bodies since the beginning of time. Black women have always had the thighs, the lips, the nose, the eyes, the cheekbones, and they've been getting Botox. Why are black women so ostracized? Because they do it. And it's constantly talked about, because the list kept coming out
I'm
back to
gonna
back to
have
back
to
to
Google a
back to
couple
back to
words
back.
that you be saying. Like I gotta go to my Google search.
And
You
that's
know what I
why-
mean? Because yeah.
Thank you.
When she
And-
say ostracized, I'm thinking, what, they got long legs like an ostrich or something? Like, what's going on? Like,
See what I'm
like what she mean by that? Like,
Yes, I'm gonna stick by them.
I want to go back to the list and the lady. And if y'all say it was fake, that's all cool and everything.
It's
but I
fake,
want to go back
and
to
it ain't
just.
cool.
I wanted to go back to one thing that she did say that kind of did make sense, right?
Right.
If you're taking a lady on a first date and you really like her, I'm not opposed to her being upset if you didn't put any thought into where you was taking her at. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
that too, yeah.
So, because that's one thing she did mention. She did say, well, there was no thought in it. Like, all these nice restaurants around here, you couldn't think of a nice, better place other than a chain restaurant somewhere exclusive, somewhere like not like I've never been, or somewhere like, you know, somewhere like one of your favorite restaurants or something like that.
It's the first date. I don't know where you been.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying that part of what she said, I understood that.
Before
you know
we
what I
would have
mean?
went out, she would have understood that I don't even know if I like you yet.
Cause it's like
this is what this
it's
first
like,
date
you know,
is
if
for.
you go
I
out and be
wanna
like,
see
yo, I'm gonna take you I'm gonna take you to my favorite taco place. They got the best tacos in New
Right.
Jersey, or they got the best seafood in DC or something like that. It's some thought put into where I'm taking you. I'm taking you somewhere where they got this special dish that I want you to taste because I want to get into and I know it'll be comfortable. They got the best drinks or anything like that.
That's for your birthday
not
or
nothing
something.
against Cheesecake Factory or anything like that, but I understood that part of what she was saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Take it to a spot like an ice cream shop.
I don't care.
So we can see what that mouth.
We should go to the car wash.
I took her to a nice mom and pop.
I don't
Took her
care
to a
where
nice
I'm at.
mom and pop store. You know what I mean? Nice mom and pop shop.
You like
know what I mean?
knickknacks, don't
Take
you?
her to the bodega.
Gonna
Take her
take
to
it-
the bodega. Get her cheesesteak. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah.
You like knickknacks? We going to this antique store.
That patty whack.
And while you dusting off the knickknacks,
Yeah.
and we gonna talk.
I'm taking you to Juan Su's.
That's- you know
Juan
what I'm
Su's
saying?
got the best mumbo sauce in DC.
The thing,
You
the
said
thing,
Juan
that,
Su's. I made that name up.
I was
yeah.
going to say, what
The thing that made me upset about this whole list bullshit for real
Yeah.
is the fact of, like you said, it was all people of color. You know what I'm saying? Our people, not
Right.
everybody.
We
of
the
color,
only
but
ones that
our
pay attention
people.
to that kind
Yeah.
of shit.
Number
Right.
two,
Yeah.
Really.
after
Or
they
they blow that
made
kind of shit up.
after they made the list of where to not take women, they started getting disrespectful towards
Men.
your own people.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
No, not
Exactly.
men.
Yeah.
Men.
Men.
Too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they made a list. Remember the one I sent you with Crank?
They was
Crank
calling
List?
us, calling
men
women
not to- they
calling
made a
women
list saying
heifers, fake.
the men came back with a list. What was the list that the men came back with? The type of women not to
Disrespectful
date.
as
Yeah.
hell.
Single
For real.
baby
The type of
mothers.
women
that
not
was
to
the first
date.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
But
And then at the bottom, they just happened to say American black women.
Right.
Are you
And-
fucking kidding
Wow,
me?
that's
And
crazy.
listen, and so again, for the viewers, and not just pertaining to this list, but any type of negative derogatoriness towards another black man, another black woman, whether you know them, like them or not, please understand it's strategic, all part of the plan to divide and destabilize. And if you understand the purpose of destabilizing somebody, your brain is not fully functioning to click and be like, that don't seem real. And I'm seeing more and more of that put out there,
Yeah.
putting black men and black women against each other, and the weaker group of people are falling hook, line, and sink.
Willie Lynch
sink.
must
Yo,
be so
this-
proud of what
yo,
he did.
this other-
and
hold
it's
up.
still working now.
Yo, was it Dre that sent it in the chat?
Yeah, Dre sent it. Yeah.
This list it says, Ladies Strike Back, a new list of men that have no business dating, period. I thought it was funny as shit.
No,
Right,
no,
yeah,
not
yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think I saw that
sent that
one.
one.
Yeah.
No, Dre
It says-
sent the other
it's
one.
Number one says,
Yeah, I sent this one.
Number
Yeah.
one says men with toddlers or younger, right? Men that live with their mama. Men that live with their baby mama. Down low men. Men that don't have a valid driver's license.
Or
Men,
passport.
men that bank with Cash App.
Yo, that's funny as shit. Yo,
I don't have a passport.
Hold on, I'm not gonna read the whole list. So it said men that
I'll be clear.
disrespect
I'm gonna
women.
man
elaborate
with
on
you.
that.
Men that don't own a suit. I can get that. You know? I mean, every man should have at least one suit.
You should be open to the idea
Yeah.
of getting a suit.
I will
Or
get
dress
fly
slacks
fee,
and a dress
but
shirt.
it might
Then
not
what
be
are
a
you
suit.
doing, men?
Huh?
Then what are you doing, men?
Hey.
In the
Oh.
media.
WID.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
WID.
hate
particularly
that.
like this
I don't
last
use
one.
acronyms.
I particularly like number 29.
Me too. But
Men that are Cowboys fans.
Yeah, that one right there. Because, but hold up though.
So much
and
shade.
hold up. I understand that sounds funny, but honestly, the reason that is really should be taken seriously is because we really need to limit the amount of Cowboys fans who are procreating. We don't need to keep bringing that shit in the world, okay? We don't.
How we gonna know where the pieces of shit at if we don't have Cowboys fans?
You
Like,
right,
come
we
on,
do
man.
need balance.
Yeah, they
We
got
need balance.
they got
You
truck
right,
drivers.
you
They got
right.
truck drivers on here.
Cowboy. That's how all y'all sound in my
that work,
Y'all
head.
do.
men that work for temporary services. So
Yeah,
now
that's
a
funny.
man can't even have a job if he worked for a temp service.
Hold on.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's
yeah.
because he temporarily has that
Yeah.
job. That's the problem.
But it's a
You were here
job.
for
You
2
don't
weeks.
know where that temp job going to lead to.
It's contractual.
I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly.
Some of
That's
these-
the problem.
hey, some of
You
these-
don't know where it's
I
going
work
to lead
for
to.
this.
Some of these
Listen, let me
niggas that's
be
on this list, I
clear.
wouldn't fuck with either.
Let me
Shit.
be
Right.
clear.
Seriously.
Temp agency. I worked for a temp agency before, and that's actually how I got connected with the fire department.
Right. That's not everybody's story.
It's not
That's-
everybody's
that's what we're
story,
saying,
but
though.
you don't know.
Yeah.
You're right.
You-
You're
you-
right.
you
But
just
are
don't
you
know.
willing to roll the dice on that though?
Look, when
Honestly,
I was young,
if he's constantly working with an agency,
Effort.
so
Yeah.
for me, effort. And my grandmother used to tell me, when you don't have a job, your job is looking for a job. If when he wake
Like
up
you-
in the
like
morning,
Dre said, your grandma
he
got
get up with
bars.
me and his feet hit the floor, and if McDonald's, wherever he going, is not hiring, and he like, I know I got a sure thing of getting a check to help her out and provide for them. He hit that temp agency. Somebody's gonna notice that he's
All right.
a regular, and when it's a permanent position, hopefully he's the
All
one
right,
that get
so
it.
God
Some
takes you on the
things-
first date. God takes you on the first date. You pull up. It's a McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken or something. If you don't have no issue with that being y'all first meeting, your first date or anything like that. So say y'all go in, y'all pull up to the drive-thru, or y'all go in, you go to sit down, or you go to pick up your food, and one of the employees say, "Oh, you was off today?"
Houston, we got a problem.
Oh, you was off. That's why you was off today. You got
Yo,
You should try your best.
I work here.
yeah.
What you mean?
yo, I'm gonna tell you
And,
something.
and I get my discount. You know what I mean? And I get my discount.
Well, I can't go to
I'm
any
telling you,
of
we're gonna be
places.
straight. Order everything you want.
I got a quick. You just reminded me of something. I got a quick story. So when I was in college for 6 weeks, because that's about as long as I was there, I met this girl there, and I told her I wanted to take her on a date, and she said, "Okay, cool. Where we going?" I said, "We're going to go to McDonald's," and she was like, "McDonald's?" So she looking at me and she was like, "Why the hell would you want to take me to McDonald's?" I was like, "Listen, we try to get to know each other. We want to sit and just talk a little bit. We can just sit there and get whatever you want. You can supersize that.
Spare
Shit. Get
no
whatever you want.
expense. Spare
I
no
said,
expense.
But I really just want to talk to you." And she said, and I can't remember what she said. She said some real slick shit to me, and I said, "Okay, is the real reason that I tell you what, we'll wait till your boyfriend gets off work.
Oh shit.
Once he leaves and he's finished dumping the fries in there, then we can go in there and we can go to
Did
McDonald's."
her boyfriend really work there?
Ouch.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if
You
she had a
just
boyfriend or
did
not. I was just taking
Yeah.
shots back at her because she was taking shots at me. Whatever. That was the last time I talked to her.
I
She
bet
didn't
you-
want
I
to talk
bet
to me
you
no
was.
more.
I bet you
after
was.
that.
Put too much
You took her to
emphasis
McDonald's.
on what you're doing instead of what you really here for.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And that's
Like,
the point that I was trying to make to her. Like, I want to just talk. I just want to talk. Plus, I ain't had the money to take her somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I was like 19, 18
if she like
years
you,
old.
she'll
I ain't had
understand that.
And that's just
Yeah.
real talk.
You know?
Because half of these were, and I be trying to put guys that I think is cool. Because if I don't think you cool, I don't really care what you do. But if I think you're cool and you're a decent dude, I try to put you on the game because I'm a lady, you know, and I hear the banter. They gonna test y'all, and some will fall for it. But at the same time, people have to check the temperature and be okay with the reading of the thermometer. Y'all dudes, y'all overlook some jacked up stuff with women. I mean, y'all are a lot older, more mentally and emotionally mature now. But think back to when you were younger and didn't know no better. You overlooked a lot of stuff with women just
And didn't give a
because
damn neither.
just because she was built like a brick house.
Yeah.
Why? And believe it or not,
Sometimes she was built like a brick.
but whatever the
Hell.
case is, and we're
What time was it?
Or just a house.
What time was it? What time was
Hey,
it?
it was Wednesday. though.
3-story.
But men are still
five
doing
bedroom.
it.
Yeah,
Men
3-story,
are
5
still
bedroom, 4
doing it.
bathrooms.
You know, and they're contradicting themselves. They're focused on aesthetics. And I'll use me as an example. I've had so many dudes in my dating
Taj.
time that says, you real cool, and if you were not so big that I would date you, or you're pretty for a big girl, and they would choose the woman that had the makeup, hair, dressed a certain way or whatever. So you like what you like, but you can't come in 2023 and going forward and say y'all so fake, the aesthetics when you ain't really checking for no natural woman.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Yeah, that's true.
own all your shit. And
Right.
and men
Yeah.
a lot of men don't want to do that. You want to keep pointing a finger. She fake. But if she come to you real, bare face, natural hair, because some of them now even talking about women who wearing their natural hair look all messy and this, that.
They
Won't y'all
corny.
just date each other?
So when we
That's
was
where I'm
younger,
at
Hey,
with
a
it.
lot
Date
of
each
them
other.
are.
when we was younger, like we didn't,
That part.
we wasn't even thinking that far when we was younger. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like we were dating women just because, oh damn, she got nice ass. Yo, hey, you know what I'm saying?
We was little
So-
horny kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Lusty
But when
boys.
you
yeah.
started, when
Yeah.
you started taking
Yeah.
it seriously, so to speak, because you know it's still a learning process for real. I didn't learn how to be in a relationship until I got
in a
older
relationship
and mature and started
you had
using
to
my
go through at
mind
least
and
3 or 4 relationships before you really learn how to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
But I'm different. Like I would rather see you in your vulnerable state than, you know what I'm saying, you coming to me fake and then you show me your vulnerable side.
What do you mean by
know what I'm saying?
vulnerable? What do you mean by vulnerable side?
Vulnerable, like, you know, like you said, like natural hair, you know, like if you came like that, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge people for stuff like that.
Right.
I'm there to see what's on the inside for real, because that's what's going to attract me more versus when I was younger, the outside attracted me. You know what I'm saying? So like, even if we did go to McDonald's or whatever, and she worked there, what you trying to do next? You trying to own this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Or like, what are you aspiring to do? This is where you at right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But where do you see yourself next? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's the most important stuff.
I'm going. Now, I used to be on burgers. Now I'm on fries because I'm moving up in the world.
If
Shit,
she
I'm
planning
moving
on
up.
continuing to work at McDonald's, she getting her bread and she trying to move up. Like people that work at McDonald's make $80,000 to $100,000 a year
Yes,
as
they
managers
do.
and district managers
Yes,
and
they
shit.
do.
For real.
That's true.
They do.
They serving people cancer.
They also working 100
They
hours a
serving
week
people
to make
cancer.
that goddamn 80.
Yeah.
They also working 100
Hey.
hours a week to make that 80 grand a year. Shit.
Don't forget what they serving people though. So I do kind of have a problem with that, but
People burgers.
But just to add,
Yeah.
add to that, you can work for Lag Mason
What's
and
that?
make 100. It's an investment company in both. Well, they have them all over, but the one I'm familiar with is in Baltimore.
Scam likely.
Like Merrill Lynch.
Scam likely. I don't want to hear nothing about no investment.
Scam
With all this
likely.
scamming
But
going
you
on.
can
Yeah.
you can
Scam
have
likely.
a man that makes $120,000 a year, and he can have piss poor money management skills.
That's true.
And you can take
that's
somebody that work at a shoe store, but he's been working all his life, summer jobs, saving his money, investing in different areas with his. So, and I share that, and it's a lot of ignorant people, and ignorance means you just don't know. But once you know, the hope and the expectation from me is always that you're going to do better. And a lot of, you know, I work with some of these people that I know make decent money and be broke. Can't buy a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donut.
Like me.
Coffee.
Right
So
now.
you really should not be looking at a woman or a man outer layers or what they even verbally tell you,
right.
you know, to determine, oh, they got money. Do
Okay,
they?
well, tell me this: would you date a man who makes considerably less than you?
I have.
But at this
I have.
at this point in your life,
I
would
have.
you do it?
I have.
Would let's say you walk out here and you meet, because you saying have, that's past this. You walk out of here right now. There's somebody who works at McDonald's,
Okay.
but he has a plan.
Is he approaching me respectfully? Because I can't do dumb.
Yes.
I would date him. I would give him the opportunity. But we gonna go for coffee. His conversation better just lure me in. And he ain't gotta be perfect. But if all you can talk to me about is sports, I don't want to hear about your bad relationships. Now as we get to know each other, you can share with me. That helps me govern myself
So-
and be like, oh, that's why he's moving like that.
So
but
what is good first date conversation? What is that? What does that entail? Like what's
for
good first
me,
date conversation?
Good question. No one's ever asked me that.
Yeah.
Diverse conversation. Now, I'm not a sports person, and I have no problem with telling guys I'm not. Don't do that.
I'm just
Did I do it right? Did I do it right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, you did it wrong.
You didn't do the movement. You didn't do the movement.
Yeah. Oh,
Tyrell.
okay. I'm gonna do it next time.
No,
So annoyed with me when I said that about sports.
I was adjusting. You know, I have herniated disc and ADHD.
Oh, then I wanna-
so
Oh
I
my
have to keep
Then I
moving,
wanna.
okay?
Then I want to apologize in front of
I forgive.
everyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good conversation for me is someone, one, hold eye contact, be confident, be honest, be as transparent as your comfort level would allow you to be, and be honest. You shouldn't be struggling over conversation. If I ask you, so what do you do in your spare time? I mean, I do a little of this and a little of that. Like, dude, you 50 years old. Write some notes. And I'm speaking from personal experience.
Of course.
Don't hit me, and I'm gonna help you out, Tyrell, because I ain't got the hand movement yet. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna do it before this is over.
That's the name of this podcast.
Yo, you just started some shit. Don't you start calling me
I'm gonna
that.
do it because it's funny. Don't don't hit me. I don't even have a problem with guys contacting me in my DM.
I don't do that.
You 50-some years old, shoot your shot. That shows confidence to me. You hit me with some damn knock at 1-something in the morning, so I come back with real story. Good morning.
He ain't say knock, yeah.
I was annoyed with the knock, but I said, okay, maybe that has worked in the past. That's just how my brain
works. You want me to pull up the entire conversation?
You can.
Okay,
so
cool. Let's do that.
I said, good morning.
It was creative, though.
Let me get my guy that just came in a mic.
I said to him, good morning. Person comes back with, we need to discuss going to dinner sometime.
Hold on, I got the whole conversation.
Yeah, you can read
you
it.
sent it to him?
I sent it to him.
Yeah, she sent me the whole conversation. Yes.
To get a male's view.
So, knock, okay? With 2 yellow hands. The hands ain't even black. They yellow hands.
He light skinned. He light skinned.
Yeah, he light skinned.
No, he not light skinned. He what?
No, he is like
Yeah,
skin. That's
in this
why
picture,
he is.
That's why
He is. So,
One something in the
light-skinned
morning.
What time?
One something in the morning. I was up making
108.
TikToks.
It was 108 in the morning. And then you say, good morning. He says, good morning. He says, let's discuss having dinner soon, shall we? Now, I want to stop
Finish
right
reading,
there.
no. Please finish reading.
No, because this is
don't.
important. This is important.
No, it's not.
It is.
Hold on, she sent you the conversation?
No, this is,
Yeah.
yeah, she sent me
You
the
sent me the whole
conversation.
conversation?
Yeah,
But
I thought I sent it to you.
It's not
too.
a whole conversation. No, this is important. This
That
gonna work
is
in
the
your
whole
favor.
conversation.
No, this is going to work in your favor, what I'm about to say. Because I asked you, I said, do you all know each other?
Yeah, you did
Are you
ask
just
that.
are you just Facebook friends? And you pretty much y'all are just Facebook friends.
Right.
I think it's real funny. He jumped straight to let's discuss having dinner soon, shall we? All right. Next, after he says that, she says good morning again. And then he said,
I did.
He
let
said,
me say this real quick. So I said good morning again. For me, it was just how I was raised with my grandmother. If someone doesn't initially speak when he or she enters the room, you acknowledge them. That's a form of teaching people manners. You can't assume people know. So once he finally came back and he said good morning, honestly, no immaturity. I was acknowledging the greeting that should have came first.
Right. So he said, oh, okay, you want to be a smart ass. LOL, it figures.
Yeah.
And she says, are you able to have dinner with me? Now, the reason
Now
that she
my
says
phone
that.
sent the message before I finished
Right.
texting.
Yes, I see that. Yeah. So now, it's really important here to know that this man's profile picture is him and another woman.
Oh, shit.
Booyah. That piece.
Where the
So let's go back to her saying, are you able to have dinner with me?
And that's where the question came from.
Right, exactly.
Are you able to have dinner with me? I gotta
So-
hear your tongue.
So going back, you were responding to him saying, okay, you want to be a smart ass. You said, oh, wow. And then he
I
said,
was shocked.
he said, I'm not going to get into politics.
I don't even know why you said that.
I don't know why either. And she said, why would you say that? And what does it mean? When I said good morning again, it was acknowledging your greeting to me. I'm a respectful and polite person. He said, I appreciate you being that way. But why do you need to say good morning to me twice? I asked to discuss going out to dinner with you, and your response was, am I able to go to dinner with you? What is that about? The next part is my favorite part. She blocked him.
Yeah.
I gave it no
There
energy.
was nothing else.
I gave it no
Yeah.
energy.
Number one, you ain't serious. Number one, when you said knock knock, I thought that when somebody DMs you and you the sound knock knock. It was
Nah.
actual knock knock.
With the hands. With the yellow hands.
Before we go any
The
further,
light skinned hands.
before we go any further, man, my guy here, man, introducing my guy,
Yo,
Mr. Taj Jacobs. Tell her who you are, man.
hey, what's happening, everybody? My name is Taj Jacobs, the rapping detailer up in this.
Mr. Light Skin himself, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I seen you got offended when I said that a while ago. Light skinned hands. What you mean, nigga?
Oh yeah, it's 3-on-3 in here. I see. Okay. What's up with you?
Anyway, we can get back to it. What's been going on with you, man?
Just trying to get rich. That's the only thing I can think
Oh,
about,
yeah.
man. What else is there?
So you don't have to take a girl to the Cheesecake Factory?
Oh, I'm gonna take it there and where, that whole list. I'm gonna take
Your
it
whole list everywhere.
everywhere on that list.
Yeah.
That's
In order.
That's
huh?
crazy to me. Yo.
See how strongly she feels.
Yeah, we gonna test you out. You know, this all shit test here.
Yeah.
So, okay. Hold on. I want to get back
sorry.
to
Yeah.
to
Now
this
tell
story.
them what your response to me was, because you about to catch all the heat today.
Well, the thing is, let me see something. I said I see problems on both sides. I said I think the problem with him is his lame approach. He's trying too hard to be smooth and witty and failing miserably, by the way, and completely skipped the rapport building process that could possibly lead to dinner. But your issue is that you are extreme. But see, this part right here is based off of conversations that me and you have had.
Read that and then I want you to stop because I'm going to respond to it. I saved it just for today.
All right. Oh, okay. Where was okay, I said, but your issue is that you are extremely guarded.
Pause. So, I shared.
Hold up. Let me finish this.
I want you to stop.
Okay.
Right there. So first of all, I want you to know I trust your opinion. That's why I share things with both you and Chris. So for the audience, just to give you proper context, because you know that's my pet peeve. People can only make an informed, conscionable decision with proper context. So
these words is going crazy.
Going on 3 years ago,
only to you.
I gave a guy a chance. I had been single. I was focusing on me after coming out of a 13-year relationship that did not lead to marriage. So I gave this guy a chance. This guy literally ran amok in my life in under 30 days. He was not single. He was married.
Oh, wow.
13 years?
No. The guy I gave the chance to that I shared with them. So I understand why he put that there, but I want to give some clarification with that.
Right.
He was married, and I don't know how he was married, and his wife didn't know because we were going out of town. We were doing photo shoots, and the stuff was on social media. But anyway, I digress.
They might have been in a poly relationship.
This guy was also on the down low.
Oh, jeez.
Saw that with my own eyes.
That was on the list.
So I'll stop right there. So I understand why you said guarded. One, I put myself back in therapy. I am a survivor of childhood molestation. So that was a trigger for me. And I quickly identified that. And the one thing I did not want to do is take that disdain feeling into any other situation with a guy. So I quickly, and my director was very supportive. Like even to this day, they check on me, make sure I'm okay with it. Put myself in therapy because I'm like, before I enter into anything else, I need to get me back together. So I recently had a conversation. I think he dropped off the call at the time, but I think I was telling you, I think I'm ready to start dating now. Almost 3 years of therapy. So I was not guarded, but I think realistically, whenever somebody goes through something traumatic, or it doesn't even have to so much be on a traumatic level, just a bad experience, it makes he or she more self-aware and more aware. And I always focus on me. With that situation, it was like, Nicole, what could you or should you have done different? So, and he was weird from the beginning.
You talking about homeboy?
No, the dude I dealt with, he was
the one that
weird.
She dated after coming out of the 13-year relationship.
From the first encounter, he gave me weirdo vibes, and I kept saying it, and I should have went with my gut feeling.
Okay, can I finish?
So I want to answer to that. I did not agree with that, and I was mad at you for even putting that there.
I know,
because I understood why you put that there, but I want people to understand when your friends or associates share something with you, they don't want it to come back to them, and I felt like that kind of came back to me in that response. With you saying I'm a bit guarded. I'm not guarded, but I am careful. And for me, that's a red flag. First of all, you're a grown man.
You should have been in that situation.
You hit me with a knock. And then you right off the cuff. You disrespectful. To me, that's
it should have been a red flag from when he first sent you a picture and he had another woman in the picture that wasn't his mama.
He didn't send me a picture. I didn't know who he was.
And if it wasn't his mama or his sister or his daughter or something like that.
We didn't even get to that point. It could have been anything. But I don't know that. I couldn't even get to that point because you just went all gangster, all WWF on me. And I'm like, the disrespect starts small and has the potential to escalate.
I want to hear the message. I want to hear it.
Now, well, I'll come back to that. All right, I said your tolerance level is very low and it causes you to prematurely give a guy the axe. You didn't give him a chance to explain himself. You didn't give him a chance to explain who the woman in the picture is. Your question about asking if he's able to go to dinner with you was too vague. Of course, his answer is going to be yes, regardless of whether or not he has someone. But you didn't give him a chance to shoot himself in the foot. You snatched the gun out of his hand and you shot him in the foot. Now, all I was basically saying to you was,
she was twitching.
yeah, I knew that he was. I knew where this was going to go. I knew that woman in the picture is probably somebody he's with. He's lame. His approach, all of that stuff. But give it a chance to play out, just in case. And that's not for this incident.
But why would she have to give it a chance, though? If she's already seen the red flags, like, why would she have to give it a chance?
Turn your ass up.
Why would she have to give it a chance?
Get off.
I don't think she was feeling him from the jump.
It's not because of this situation. It's because, and again, this goes back to a lot of conversations that she and I have had privately, right? Now, going forth. Okay, yeah, we know what this is, right? But going forth, if you continue to be guarded, if every time that you see something and it looks a little way, it may not always be that. So sometimes what I'm saying is, sometimes give it a little more time to let things play out. And then once it plays out, then you're like, okay, cool, red flag, red flag, red flag. But everything that looks like a red flag isn't necessarily a red flag.
Right.
And this time,
Let's get right to it.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, when we used to do that in school. Can I say something, teacher? Can I say something?
Go ahead.
You've been through a lot of shit in your life, right? Relationship wise.
Yeah.
You've seen pretty much all of it. You know
A
what I'm
good
saying?
portion.
It's gonna be some, we in 2023, so there's some
It's a lot of
aliens
new
out here and
shit going on, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some AI people and shit, all that. So you might see a little bit of different shit, you know what I'm saying? But nothing new is under the sun. You've
Right.
seen it all, right? So you know how to protect yourself now. There's nothing wrong with being guarded to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way homeboy came at you, corny.
Extreme.
Strike three when he said, "Oh, you a smart ass."
Super duper corny.
Strike three.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing else to say
Yeah,
to
that's
you
it,
for real.
yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know yourself now, and you value yourself enough to set your own pace and how you want things to go. If this person fucks with you like that, he would agree with that.
Let's hear from the single guy on the scene. You know what I mean? Mr. Light Skin himself. You know what I mean?
Hey, now I'm just curious because I'm listening to the
How was
story.
dating in 2023?
How is it?
Yeah.
Pissy.
It's pretty fun.
Yes.
And I say it's fun because having options out here is where it's at. You know, if you don't have options
for a
out
man,
here,
yeah.
you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, it's two very different answers.
Yeah.
How old
She
are you
said
anyway?
pissy.
I'm 37.
Okay.
Yeah, looking like I'm 27. I know.
17.
But from what I'm hearing, it sounds like somebody came at you wrong, and you kind of spazzed out on him. But I'm wondering where it got to the point where you sent him the message to discuss it, because obviously it ruffled you a certain way.
It didn't. Let me respond. I didn't spaz out on him. That's not my genetic makeup. I don't spaz out on anybody. I'm the peacekeeper. I walk away. I exit left or right very silently. I let you miss my presence. I never sent him a message. I responded to his message. I do understand that men and women do not communicate the same, so I always give that pass. But once he came back with that disrespect of, "Oh, you want to be a smart ass," I gave another pass, and then you came back with more sarcasm. I never said anything else. He was the one still typing. I had already hit blocked. I sent him the message. You see where I hit
I
blocked.
always like to add
just
a little
won't
pushback on things because I'm
I
a
won't
very
even
sarcastic
indulge.
guy, and I will send back some sarcasm like in a funny way, trying to
Not
lighten the
in the
mood
third-
up,
not
not
in
in
like
like
the third
not
thing I've
being
ever
mean
said
or
to
anything
you,
like
though.
that. Sometimes it's the way you take things too. He might have been saying it in a funny way to kind of like lighten the
True.
mood
He
up.
probably
Because
was.
I'll say something like, oh, you being a smart ass, something like that to kind of lighten the mood up to try to kind of gauge what your personality or what your sense of humor might be. You know what I mean?
And instant messenger is dehumanizing. It completely sucks all of the emotional,
I
the human emotion out of it. No, what
don't
I'm
think so.
saying is, if you can read that and say, oh, you can take it as, oh, you being a smart ass. But if I say it to you, like, oh, you being a smart ass.
But I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
exactly.
But I
That's what I
So
mean.
it just removes all of the
But
human
I
emotion
did. I
from it
did say
trying
I'm
to read
gonna
it.
totally stand by. I disagree with that. I'm always that person that asks for clarity because in my response, and you read it, I said, "Oh wow, why would you say that? And what does that mean?" I'm asking you for clarity, and you come back with more sarcasm. The conversation is over for
It
me.
was more sarcasm because
I see what you mean.
The
way-
conversation is over. I'm not gonna waste my brain
But
power.
Again, what I was saying was my response was, it was a couple of things going on. Number one, I had popped an edible and my edible to kick all the way.
Jesus Christ Almighty.
So
You get on my nerves.
I probably would have had a better response. But actually, no, I probably would have kept it with the same response because, again, this is also based off of conversations that you and I have had.
Mm-hmm.
But
That shit is a thin
again,
line, though, yo.
this
Yeah,
was not
it is.
about
It is.
him. This was about going forth. And that's why I brought up the whole edible thing. And I probably would have been able to expound a little more and explain to you again, because I said he's lame. I said that he's lame.
No, but
So-
you also wanted to distribute accountability and responsibility both sides. And let me say this. Sometimes the woman is just out of pocket and she just wrong. And hopefully her tribe that's around her going to check her on that. Because I'm that chick that's going to check you. I ain't going to do it in front of people because I love you enough and I respect you enough. But I also, in those two things, I want the best for you.
Keep speaking to the mic.
And right now, you're not performing at your best as a woman, and you're gonna block your blessings. I only want women around me that's gonna call me out on my stuff. But also, sometimes the man is just wrong.
Yeah.
And,
That's true.
And
That's
his
true. I agree.
tribe should be letting him know, hey man, that might have worked with
He ain't in my tribe.
this group of
That lame
females.
ass.
That might have worked with this group of females, but her response is saying something different to me. Why don't you respond a little bit different? In this situation, that man, he was just out of pocket. And I venture to say it's because that type of communication has worked for him.
Yeah,
and it
that's
gets by.
I was gonna say the same
He
thing.
used to,
But-
he may be used to a
going back
certain.
to-
He may be used to dealing with a certain
I
type of
agree
woman
with
that
this.
works for. Yeah.
I
But
agree with
understand,
this
for me,
instance.
you don't get a
But going
pass.
forward,
Going
that's
forward,
that's
I'm
what I
going to
was
be the
talking
same.
about.
And here's why I don't have an issue with that, with how I am, because I'm always going to continue to give that man an opportunity to give me clarity, because the learning process doesn't end until God calls us home. I'm perfectly fine with him teaching me, but if I ask you a question, you can articulate enough to slide in my DM and say, we need to talk about having dinner sometime soon.
Yeah, he was
You-
corny.
right,
corny,
so
yeah.
you can answer my question, but you come back. You think it's suave to come back with more sarcasm. I'm not going to discuss politics. Well, first of all, he interrupted me doing my TikTok video.
Yeah,
And then I lost the notion to do
Yeah,
it.
don't do that. Don't
That-
interrupt her doing her TikTok.
What was she doing?
Don't interrupt her doing her
She was
TikTok.
dancing.
Yeah, don't interrupt her doing her TikTok.
Yeah, she's always doing TikToks. Always. Yo,
I want to
okay,
kind of,
so-
because I don't want to stay on this subject super long.
Okay, me neither, but I wanna.
Go ahead.
Yo,
He want to be
what's up?
right. Let him be right.
No. I'm moving on past that. What's up with Staples?
Staples.
The Staples guy.
Oh, he bought me a muffin. So see, it wasn't ruined. I got a muffin.
Was it blueberry?
No, it was a brand muffin.
I'm trying
So,
to
but
figure out
that's-
how I want
He
to
cares
go somewhere
about
with
you.
this.
He knows what you eat and
No,
everything.
nowhere with it, because and I can tell you his confidence is not there, where he just kind of giggles, and I will create
What you mean giggles?
like his kind of sort of like
It's gotta be a manly giggle, yo.
That nigga's the Joker, yo. You gotta be careful. That nigga's the Joker. He's just giggling out of nowhere. You better be careful with that shit.
I don't know if I come across as mean, difficult, challenging. I don't know.
Can't imagine that.
I honestly, I don't know, and I'm that woman whereas though I will ask a guy, what is the issue with me, and none of them can tell. I don't know what it is.
That's terrible.
But he had difficulty talking, and if I'm smiling at you and I'm talking to you and I'm entertaining you, then I'm interested. You're already on the court. Let's play. Let's play ball.
Maybe you was using too many big words for his ass.
Nah, it just sounds like he just wasn't man enough.
I am so silly. I don't know how to flirt. My flirt game is goofy as hell. Like some years ago, there was this security guard that I was like, oh, he has gorgeous eyes. He's so fine. I'm a flirt when I'm gonna say something when I go to work. So when I went to work, the girl was like, $20, say you ain't gonna do it, and $20 was a lot at that particular time, so I wanted that 20. So I was like, you got nice arms, you should let me lick them. And to me that was like that was flirting.
Man,
What?
Like, I'm so lame. I'm so whack.
I would be like, here.
He did. He had muscles and tattoos, so I like guys with nice arms and tattoos.
It's time to go to my house, man.
Yeah.
At that point,
What is this? This is beyond flirt. This is foreplay.
Yeah. But I had,
We already at second base once you say that.
I have no game. What you see is what you get from me. Quirkiness, like you guys have been around me, I think, long enough. I'm silly. Like, even when I'm at work, I had people and they be trying to be shady, but I ignore. They be like, who gave you a degree? You goofy as hell. And I be like, okay, but nonetheless, I got it. Like, I literally do that. And I was in a very dark place, so I'd rather laugh than be stressed out. And I have a stressful job.
That's the
and
best stress
life
reliever.
is just stressful.
Laughter and sex is the best 2 stress relievers in the world.
Working on that other one, the laughter got it down.
I think they say
laughter
and sex. Laughter and sex produces the greatest
And
amount
she
of
said
dopamine
she got one and she working on the other.
And running on a treadmill.
You see what I'm
depends.
She better not be laughing.
If she laughing during sex, then no.
Yeah, you not the one, bro.
That's not true either.
That's not
Some
you.
women are ticklish. Some women.
So then we have then we have a
You ain't taking listen to that damn long.
Before we get off this, because I just thought of something. It's being that we have 2 single people in the room, right? And you know what I mean. Let's hear what a single dating conversation. So I want y'all to imagine that y'all are on a date. No, that's not. I'm not doing nothing like that. But I want to imagine that y'all are on a date, and I want to see how the conversation goes.
Okay.
Where we at? Give me a second.
You want to pull out the list?
I better not be a cheesecake.
I'm at the cheesecake factory.
It's on the list. What's the first? Okay, you get out the car. You get out the car. Y'all
Did he
sit at the
open the
table.
door for me? Did we show up in separate
Exactly.
cars?
Yeah, you gotta place the
Explain to me how it
setting.
goes.
Hold
Yeah,
on. I tell you what. Let's do this. Pick a number, and whatever number it is, that's where
That's
you
where
are.
y'all at.
Yeah.
7.
I'll go with 7. The man is the leader.
No, not that one. Hold on.
7.
Okay, 7.
7. Y'all at his house.
Oh,
That's God right there.
That's his house.
That's y'all at his house.
Okay, let's
memorize
rock
the
with
list.
that. Let's see how this
I
goes
memorize the
off.
list.
Okay.
So
memorized it too. That's why he said 7.
So say the first date is at your house. So you invite her over for let's say usually I'm gonna say dinner. You cook dinner. What you cook? What you cook?
Nah, hold up.
So
That's between that's
Yeah.
It
We
ain't
just
got
set
to
the
be
scene
dinner.
up.
She
We just set
coming
the
to
scene
your
up.
crib. All right, what's the first thing
We
you
set
gonna
the
do
scene
when you
up,
open the
yeah.
door and shit?
oh my gosh, look at you.
Let's go to the bedroom.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
In the world.
Oh yeah. See that number 7, boy. That number 7 always works. You know what I'm saying? Number 7 ain't gonna never fail.
I'm sorry, I can't help
Number
it.
7 ain't never fail.
Okay, all seriousness. Okay.
All right, let's go. This is good. This is gonna be fun. Yeah.
Hey, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. You look nice.
Thank you. I wore this just for you.
No, you didn't.
I know I didn't, but I wore it for me. You right. Hey, come on in. Come here. Sit down. Sit down for a minute.
I like your place. It smells good. Is that
Yeah.
potpourri?
Oh shit.
Potpourri. I thought we was hitting sandalwood over here. All right. Anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's 1973.
All right.
It smells good either way.
Smell
I like
brute
it.
in there.
Well, wait until you smell what I got cooking over here in this kitchen. Come over here, girl.
Okay, let me set my bag down. Ooh, look at you. Done chopped up some stuff. Okay, you look like you know your way around the kitchen.
What you cook her? What did you cook?
This is vegan mac.
Okay.
How did you
Vegan
know I
mac
don't
and
eat
cheese.
meat anymore? That is so cool.
You
Well,
hold up. Don't say that because you might end the date right there.
You don't eat what?
You don't eat
what?
The
I
date is
really
over
don't,
right
though.
now.
I really don't. That's funny he said that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You don't eat meat. You don't eat meat. What?
No, so about a couple of months ago, I just stopped eating meat. So I do eat fish and other seafood. That's it.
And other seafood. How
Yeah.
about man? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if he's flavorful, maybe.
Okay.
Well, you know, I brought over some ice cream sandwiches, you know.
Don't let them distract us. You doing good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like this. Go ahead.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about something. The
Should I
way-
be afraid?
This is no fear. This is
Okay.
all excitement. I'm looking into your eyes and I'm noticing how you're looking at me, and it's really making something rise over here. And
all right, this is getting uncomfortable.
Are you
now. Yeah,
making
this is getting too uncomfortable. Yeah, this is getting too uncomfortable. Yeah, this is like a Tubi movie.
So what I like about what he did, and I hope that's how he really is, even though he was
He's
truthful
light
with
skinned.
me,
Pretty, yeah.
Pretty Ricky.
even though I said, you know, he initially said he wore that for me, and I was like, no, you didn't. He told the truth, but it was in a playful way. So that
Father
kind of, that definitely lightened the mood for me, him being playful like that.
It's about to die.
So I like a guy with a sense of humor, and he laughed and smiled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you didn't like?
Honestly, no.
Is there anything that you didn't like?
man, I'm ready to go in the room.
See, that's what I got.
Plus he already
That's
said,
what I got
he
from it.
already heard her say that she want to lick a nigga arm.
Right. To me, the way that like from the opening, you know what I mean, you walked in and, you know, it sounds like y'all are more like playful flirting with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Type of
And
situation.
that
whatever.
works for me.
Lights.
That
But
definitely
it
works
kinda-
for
And it's
me.
only gonna go up from there. For
Yeah,
real.
but it kind of started with me too,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
with the situation that you had before, the guy came off and he said something that you didn't like. I felt like he could have kept it playful, and even
Yeah.
if he
Yeah,
put
exactly.
LOL
Yeah.
at the end of
Yeah.
the sentence, it would have changed the whole
Yeah,
dynamic.
he could have
So-
Yeah.
stipulated that he was joking, and the
Yeah.
fact that he didn't do that also, you know, made it look like he was seriously like just
Yeah.
being an
Yeah.
asshole or
I
whatever.
mean, but
yeah.
you are who you are, and when you lame, you don't know how to think outside of being
Yeah,
lame.
yeah.
And when you
It's
lame
just-
it when you're trying to hide some shit, because if you
Right.
have that profile picture,
Exactly.
Because one thing
Yeah,
about black
yeah.
women, we investigators. So y'all know I told my investigator friend Wanda, and she went on the page last night, and he had several pictures of him kissing that lady in a profile.
Oh
So
Jesus, Jesus Christ!
This, bro.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
He was a player.
he thought he was.
Now I'll say this:
He thought he was.
you got to appreciate him not trying to hide that.
Really?
No,
why
don't.
did he tell us
No,
that?
it's in the profile picture. He could have tried to change the profile picture.
So-
He could have tried to.
So he is a dog then. So you got a woman on a profile picture.
No, but what I'm saying is, but you got to appreciate
That's
him
disrespectful.
not hiding that part from you. So now it's easy to see that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That means
So-
blatant disrespect.
So he's basically looking for somebody who's okay with him doing that.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. He gave her the opportunity to make the choice herself
That's
instead of
blatant
hiding.
disrespect.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think he gave
That's-
her the opportunity. He hoped that he gave it to her thinking that she would figure it out, because if that's what he was looking for, he would have said, oh yeah, how about, when can I take you out to dinner? And then he would have said, in some way, if you got that far, that he is seeing other people.
Because some
She ain't give him
dudes
a
have
chance. She
said
cut it
that.
off too fast.
Dudes, I was.
Y'all are missing. Y'all are missing the fact that y'all are missing the fact that he may have the right to go outside of his marriage
I
and date
considered
outside of
that
his
as
marriage.
well.
Exactly.
I considered that
But
as
she cut
well.
it off
That
too
may
fast.
be the
She
reason
didn't
why
give him
he's
a
not
chance.
hiding it. You know,
She
that
didn't
may
give
be
him
the
a
reason
chance
why
to
he's not
figure
hiding
that
it.
out.
But is that
He might be
confirmed that he
recruiting.
was married?
He might be recruiting,
That's real that he was married.
Well, we don't know
We
if
don't
he
know.
was
Yeah, we don't know
married,
yet.
but
But you just
the
said he put the
young
image out
lady.
there.
He does. He has pictures. His profile picture was him standing with a female, and they were just standing. It looked like his arm was around her.
That's my mama.
But then there are other pictures on his page with this same woman where they
Hold up, I'm gonna
are
show
in
you
an
something.
intimate kiss.
Me and my mama are very close.
And you're right. You know, he may very
This
well
nigga Jim
have
Jones
that
and shit,
permission.
My mama very close. We
Jim
kiss on the
Jones.
mouth.
But even if
Like-
you
like
have
Jim
that
Jones and his
permission,
mom.
you
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah, I'm not
if
doing it. I kiss my
somebody
mama.
is down
Look at
for
this- look
it
at
or
this
would even consider it, because your conversation
Oh yeah, that's his
just
sister.
shut it down.
They favor.
So Drake.
Just
That's
shut,
his- yeah, that's
just
his
shut it
sister.
down.
That's his girl.
That's his sister. Oh yeah, that's just my sister. We got different daddies though.
Man, she white. And he likes skin.
That's why I say we got different daddies.
They
That's
not
my
related
sister.
nowhere.
That's my half sister, as they say. You know what I mean?
Nah, like, yeah. You want to say it?
She always seen that. It's probably saved in her phone.
It absolutely not. It is not.
But anyway, what else is going on, man? What else is going on in the world, man? What else is
Yeah.
going on in the world?
I went to the Philadelphia Film Festival
Oh
last night.
yeah, how was it? How
That
was it?
shit
It
was
was
live,
dope.
yo, for real.
Yeah.
Girl
Yeah.
win?
Huh?
Did the girl win? The one
It wasn't. It was. She won yesterday.
It was just a showing. It was just a showing.
Yesterday, she won the best new local artist in Philadelphia.
Damn, for real.
Uh,
What's her name?
Kyra Knox.
Let's give her some love on here, man.
I don't want to hear nothing about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Shout out to her. I don't want to hear nothing about. We playing Philly today. I don't want to hear nothing about Philly, but they getting their ass whipped by Washington. So that's all I want to hear.
Yeah, we went to the
That's why I
Philadelphia
wore
Film
green today.
Festival last night. And,
You gonna be upset tonight.
they had a large gathering for her documentary again.
Oh, yeah?
Bad Things Happen in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's dope.
And
So congratulations.
Congratulations
Right.
to her.
Yeah,
Let me
congratulations.
give her a round of
Yeah.
applause.
we found
Round of applause.
out last night that December the 2nd it will be premiered on Fox Soul
Okay.
All right.
and Amazon Prime.
Did you bring us a copy?
So-
Did you bring us a copy?
No.
That would
I
have been a
said
nice gift.
December
the
for
second.
Jesus
Yeah, we
Christ.
would have
Shame.
bought that.
December the
I would've bought that on the way
2nd
home.
it will be premiered.
I will definitely get my 30-day free subscription.
Yeah.
30 day?
Just for that.
For the no, she get
you got a Fire Stick?
she get the free prescription. She get the free subscriptions just to watch a series. And then,
Fire Stick?
And then do it.
I'm going to purchase it when it comes out.
yeah, I'm gonna purchase.
so
I'm gonna buy
nice.
it. I can't wait to see it. I can't
But
wait to
now-
see it, young. I can't wait to see it.
For real, like it's like I criticize a lot of shit. My nickname is
Not
critic.
you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Really?
I'm the person that if you want to know something, I answer it for you.
He's
I don't give a fuck.
hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got
Very
another one.
Not
straightforward.
disrespectful or nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, is this shirt ugly? Yes.
Just
You know
don't,
what I'm saying?
just don't ask him about Drake. Just don't ask him
Michael
about
Jordan.
Drake.
Don't ask, please don't
Just don't
ask me
ask him
about
about
Drake.
Drake, young.
Okay.
But anyway,
About Drake.
Drake, the artist.
Yeah.
huh?
You don't like Drake?
No.
No, we just said don't ask him about
Look,
Drake.
I almost didn't want Taj to come through today because you know they kind of favor a little bit.
Nah, bro. Hey, yo, I seen a picture of Drake the other day. I
Look,
said, yo,
everybody likes it. Everybody likes it. Look like Drake to him. You know?
Hey,
for real, like,
as long as you didn't come in here with barrettes on your beanie, you
man,
good.
I
You
want
know
to say
what I'm
that's
saying?
a publicity stunt.
really ain't on that.
Ain't
I don't
no
know what's my
Chris.
man.
Why is the publicity stunt feminine though? Anyway,
I get it. I
You
get
don't
you.
go down that road. You don't go down that road.
I get you.
All right, but they call me critic because I'm not a yes man. I'm honest with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me telling you what I think and then that's the fuck. You know what I mean? It's about me being honest and you know letting you know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? This documentary is phenomenal, y'all. And I've seen a lot of documentaries. You know what I'm saying? But for her to, you know, do what she did in her city with all of this shit that's going on in Philadelphia.
Philly's going crazy
Because
right
it's
now.
real.
Yeah,
Right.
Philly's
You know what I
going
mean?
crazy right now.
She did a phenomenal job and she deserves like everything that she gets from here.
Yeah, I can't
For
wait
real.
to see it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Can't wait either.
And I
It
can't
was
wait to
amazing.
have you on the show.
Good luck with that. So I told you she probably on Jupiter right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she out of this world touring for real. Like she doing that thing.
What else is going on?
Executive produced by Allen Iverson too.
Yeah.
So
Was they high there?
no.
He didn't come in?
No.
He didn't show?
He didn't.
Oh, wow.
He's a dick. He didn't show.
All right, there you have it.
Maybe he was at practice.
God, we talking about
Was practicing a liquor while he was probably
We talking about practice?
practicing bullshit. That's what he was practicing.
Anyway, Taj, man, what's going on with you, man?
man, I'm diving into this tech world, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've been doing this thing with the detailing,
Uh-huh.
and I'm figuring
Graphic.
out I can't
No,
do
car
this forever.
detailing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
word.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
I can't detail forever, so I got to figure out another way to get out and expand. So I've been diving into tech. So the next 3, 4, or 5 years, that's what I'm gonna be.
That's a long goal.
Your,
probably
the space
lifetime,
that you're trying to get into, does it have anything to do with like media, podcasting, all
AI?
of this stuff?
It's more taking advantage of the gig economy.
Okay.
Because the whole world flipped in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm seeing how people respond to getting money these days, and it ain't, this world ain't the two-week paycheck type of world no more.
Right.
Definitely
People want
that.
money right now.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and you know, just hiring people and going through that old debacle, it kind of made me shift my whole infrastructure. So yeah, I'm changing the way business is with what I'm doing.
I must say, we really, really sound intelligent today.
Yeah.
Debacle. You don't hear that shit every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This Miss Doctor Dictionary.
I told you
over
I
here and
gotta
shit,
go
too.
to the glossary. I done Googled a few words already. man.
glossary. Yo, we intelligent as fuck today,
I can't go to the glossary.
Yeah.
The index.
Why are you
Index?
talking?
What?
Oh,
Maybe it is a glass.
You got a cowboy jersey. That has no sense at all.
Zooming on you right now. Yeah.
See, if I was Drake, I would do some shit like that.
You zooming too hard, you gonna see that man. You zooming too hard, you gonna see something surfing on his waves and
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
I ain't say nothing.
He heard a wave.
Yeah. As soon as he heard waves, he was like, what? One of them loose?
Yeah, one of them,
Sticking up.
they start running on me.
My ultra perm.
Yeah, one of his waves go. One of his waves go first. He going out. Yeah, he
He just said it because he know when they get hot, they gonna start raising up like this.
Like, yo, that nigga had waves when we first started, man.
Yeah.
They ain't like, I'll be sure. What the fuck going on?
Did anybody happen to catch the highlights of the fight last night?
No.
I saw Tyson get knocked down, and then I woke up this morning and saw that he won.
Yeah, that was some bull. It's boxing doing
That's crazy, man.
boxing doing boxing things.
That shit corny.
Boxing doing boxing things.
Tyson
Y'all think he
Fury,
won?
by the way, not Mike
You don't think he
Tyson.
won?
Tyson Fury.
No, I don't think he won. He didn't land. Francis landed the more significant and harder punches that made noise. You know what I mean? Even if he did land, if he outthrew Francis, of course, but they was little pity pat punches. It was nothing that hurt him. He never hurt him. He hit him with some good shots. Nothing that ever hurt him. Francis walked through everything. He was walking him down almost the whole time.
I heard he was
How you
grabbing him
lose
a
like
lot.
that?
Huh?
How you lose
Because
like
boxing does boxing things. I mean,
So-
you got to protect the champ. You're not going to let a UFC guy
That's what I was about to
come
say.
in and beat the
And beat
world
a boxer.
champion.
That's what he did though.
Yeah, but the judges ain't going to
Man,
fuck
fuck
that.
them judges.
Yeah.
Man.
Unless
that's
not
racist.
That's what boxing do.
That's
Boxing
not
been
fair.
corrupt. Boxing been corrupt forever since
true.
the 70s
Yeah,
and 60s.
absolutely.
Boxing
Why we
been
keep
so-
supporting this shit
We
then?
done seen so many
If we
boxers
know it
get
ain't right, why
robbed.
we keep supporting?
Yeah, we done seen so many
The same
boxers
thing
get
with
robbed
rap.
because we want to see people get knocked the fuck out.
Same thing with rap music.
He won by a split decision.
Yeah, by split decision.
Split
One
decision.
of the judges had the cards had him winning by like 4 or 5 rounds. There's no way he won 4 or 5 rounds. Especially now we get knocked down because that's a 10-8 round by itself. You know what I mean? So and Francis finished the fight strong. I thought he did good. You know, Tyson trained him so for the fight. So
I was in the
and
club.
he looked really good.
That's what you
Yeah,
were doing over
he
here,
looked really
watching the
good.
fight?
I was in the club.
What?
Is that what you was doing over here? Was watching the fight?
Watching the fight, sleeping a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I still ain't over.
sleeping a little bit.
I still ain't
again?
over his last fight.
Yeah.
You talking again?
They said his gloves was loaded.
You talking again?
Yeah. With the Tyson, I mean, not with the
With
Deontay
Deontay,
Wilder
yeah.
thing. Yeah. So I lost confidence in. I lost all respect for him with that whole situation. Anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, you know. Anyway, what else is going on in the world, man? What else is?
You know what? I want to talk about something. A conversation that she and I had one time.
Uh-oh.
She had.
Shit, another conversation.
It's not bad right there.
But we had a lot of great conversations.
I
It's a great
agree.
one on the
Yeah.
table.
One time, I was dealing with something. She
The
asked
bottom.
me about you know, how I was feeling. I said, I'm all right. I'll be all right. And she said, why do black men do that? You know, basically, why can't we be more vulnerable and be more open when we're dealing with things?
We get ready to get into some toxic shit
okay.
now, boy.
No,
It's getting ready to get
I
real.
don't think this
It's
was so
getting real be
toxic,
toxic.
though. And I think it was a very valid question.
It's not toxic.
Just talking
It's
about
a very
men's
good conversation.
vulnerability.
Yeah, because he was going through some stuff and I was concerned. And plus, he would, y'all know I was in the.
You choke yourself.
You good?
Right?
You all right?
And one of your waves fell out.
Let's go surfing.
He was going through some stuff, but was still checking on me after I got out of the hospital and everything. And I was like, immediately, my attention went from me and my health and was like, are you good? And he just was very vague and was like, just going through some stuff, but I'll be all right. It's my job to care about my friends and family,
course,
the people
yeah.
that I love,
Exactly.
which I totally got that and I appreciate it. But I was like, you know, you're important too. You matter. Like, and I told him, I said, let the people that's around you and in your life love and support you as well. But he explained it and I get it. And I know I talk about it a lot. I'm constantly trying to do things to be supportive of young black men and adult men. I mean, y'all weren't dealt a fair hand, and it really upsets me because I remember thinking back to when I was younger and would see a little boy cry and a little girl cry. They would tend to the little girl and would say insensitive things to the boy. Stop, get up, stop acting like a little girl. And I don't think they knew in that moment what you had just done was devalued his feelings.
You think so?
Sure. Because you don't even know what's wrong with him. Why can't he
I look at it in a
cry?
different way because me having 6 boys, I got six boys,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, growing up as a black man and with the things that we have to deal with growing up as a black man,
Right.
you know what I mean, and growing up as a man in general, you have to have tough skin to deal with a lot of shit in this world. Like you have so much weight on your shoulders, and it's like you want him to grow up tough. You have to get kids to realize this, and I'm just speaking on young boys. I know with me and my boys, I wanted them to grow up with tougher skin because I know what a lot of stuff that they were going to have to deal with. I know a lot of responsibility was going to be on their shoulders growing up, and I know a lot of bullying that may take place, a lot of even dealing with females and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So you have to you know, and teaching them that is also teaching them to set their pride aside as well. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to explain what I mean by that.
I get you, but you, just from what I know of you thus far, you seem like the type of man that teach with a balance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have that. You have that balance.
And I'm not speaking to that part, but you're 100% correct. As a parent, I had a girl. I didn't have a boy, and that was my biggest problem. I was like, Lord, don't let it be a boy, let it be a girl. And I was happy about that. But if I had a son, I would hope that men were in my life to do what you do with your boys, but also I would create a safe space to also validate those feelings and let him know.
Do you believe that that a woman can raise a man to be a man?
If she has no other option, she can do the best that she can.
We've seen an example of a situation. We've seen an example of a situation of that. I'm sure that young men, we see it all the time. We can look at young men in the way they act sometimes and tell that they don't have father figures in their life. Or they don't have male mentors and stuff in their life.
I can agree
from
with
their
that.
actions, you know what I mean? Just the way they treat women, the way they act, the way they treat their mom, the way they disrespect adults and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one thing I always raised my children up to be was to be respectful. You understand?
That should be first.
But I also raised them to be tough. To know that, you know, that you're going to deal with a lot. It's going to be a lot on your shoulders, and you can't cry in a corner because things are still going to be moving on around you. You understand what I'm saying? You have to man up, and you have to take on that challenge because that's what we are as men. That's why we have the DNA that we have.
Is it possible to? I'm sorry.
It's the question. Then the question for me becomes, where is the medium? Because now we see what just having that tunnel vision of teachings for boys do. Because now we have these 40, 50, 60-year-old men that if a woman say, I didn't like how you said such and such to me, then she nagging him, she stressing him, she getting him out. They are totally disconnected from all sense of emotional intelligence. And I think people misconstrue what emotional intelligence mean. That encompasses so much more
I agree
than
with that.
what people think. And I feel bad for men. I hear you. I agree 100%. I'm not arguing anything that you said. But that breaks my heart that a grown man will be going through something and he has become so conditioned to the fact that he can't feel.
Is
He
it
can't
really
let people.
conditioning?
It's not that he don't feel. It's not that he don't feel. We've taught to hold our feelings inside
And that's
and
what
not let them escape.
that's what I'm
because
speaking to.
And when we're talking about vulnerability, we've been taught. I know me as a child, I was taught to hold my feelings in because when you let someone see your emotions, when you show too much emotions, that's a way they can control.
They can
you.
manipulate
If they can control, they can. If they can do something to manipulate your emotions, they're pretty much in control of you.
And that was one of the things
But
that I
that's
did share
any-
with you about
but
why
that's
I
the
do
same-
it. Part of the reason why I do it.
And I understood you when you said it. So let me speak for me. If I have men in my life, frat brothers, whatever the case may be, and they're going through a difficult time, like I'm a helper. I'm not a solver. I'm a helper. I'm like, let me be there. Here's my shoulder. Lean on it. Cry on it. You know, that's the type of female friend I am. But you put me at a disadvantage as a woman that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to be in tune to you. And I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Just let me be there for you. But when you push women away, then as men, y'all, they really, and I say y'all because y'all are all men as well.
Right.
Y'all can't really fault women. Y'all got to help us be there for y'all. Y'all got to help us grow and become comfortable to the point where we'll be vulnerable with y'all in whatever type of relationship.
See, you know who? You know she needs to be on here when we have Vash call in one day, because remember we was talking about that as far as, and I was trying to explain to her like how can the same way to where she was trying. Remember when she was talking about how they was in their women group and they was helping each other, and I'm like, well, how can men be a part of that help? That goes in the same way. She's saying the same thing in reverse.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we have to develop communication to where we can help each other.
But the thing about
and those
this,
type
what
of
Bash
things.
was saying is that she helps women when they are going through a period where they're in self-healing.
Right.
In self-healing mode. And you and the guys was, and I think the other one was like, well, where do men fit into that? Well, when a woman is self-healing and doing her everything, cleansing herself, self-healing, self-love, she's bringing something back in that was taken away from her.
So, but why when a man holds his feelings in, that is considered the same thing? I'm dealing with this myself.
Because that's not healing.
But
Really?
yeah, because it's
not
manifest.
at all.
And if I could give you an example, so when I'm in therapy with my clients, and I have most of my case, I only have one woman. The rest of them are all male, and they're all African.
Let's make sure you don't violate no HIPAA laws.
All African American men. Oh, absolutely not. I'm a stickler about that. But when I'm speaking to them, they instantly go in shutdown mode. So I'll watch their body language. I tell people, don't always look for the verbal communication. I look in their eyes. I look at their appearance. I look at how they are slouch. I can look at them and they become a little boy. You know, because the thing is, whatever age they started using it, that's where they're locked in it. So now I got to entertain this inner child that never had the opportunity to live and thrive or was never acknowledged. And then I got to bring him up to speed to this adult that's visibly sitting in front of me. And all of them have the same. Why do you care? They asked me the same question. Why do you care? No one else in my life has ever cared.
When you hear that, do you hear nobody in my life has ever allowed me to feel? Because and you know, a lot of times us, and I understand as men, it was something I had to kind of get myself together with my son. Instead of, like, I think that sometimes we go either too left or too right. So what happens is the little boy, they fall down. Boy, get up. You all right? Right? But maybe he did hurt himself. Maybe we need to allow him that time to cry, to feel.
I do that with my son on
Get your little punk ass up. Get your little punk ass up. It ain't even bleeding that much. That little scratch. Get your little punk ass up.
But the thing is, I can still make you tough. You know, and I had to learn to do that with my son. There were times he's hurting. I have to allow him that space to feel.
Yeah.
But he's still tough, though. He's still tough. You have to be able to create a balance. You know, we can't go too far left.
So again, I tell guys, especially the ones I know, I'm like, I'm not that woman that you can have that conversation with. Women don't care about me, like, because that's not me. Talk to the person that you know. So I went. Brennan Allen Steele has a book called I Can't Breathe. He wrote this book during the George Floyd situation, and it's a journal specifically tailored to black men and them starting a healing journey. And you know what? I purchased 40 copies. That book was $15.83, not including shipping and handling, on Amazon. Then I found another book and bought that. So I put it on Facebook and I was like, hey, if y'all guys are looking for a way to support your homeboy, your brother, your son, your nephew, here's a book. I put the cost. I was like, here's how you can get the cost to come down. Put it in a basket. You know, we know. Put it in a basket, let it sit. The price come down and you go back and you get it. You know what they said to me? I'm not spending no goddamn $16 on no book. But you're on these podcasts and you're on these platforms and you're talking about nobody cares about black men. Yeah, to you it just seems like a book. But just giving a man or a young boy a space to write their feelings, you don't know how that can change somebody's life. And that bothers me more because I went on this whole rant on Facebook and then I was like, I probably shouldn't have did that. Oops, it's already out. I was like, instead of taking them to the strip club, buying them liquor, taking him to go lay with some women.
You want him to take away all the things that makes us happy.
Masking the problem.
And honestly, I wasn't telling them to stop doing any of that. But if this book can change his life, I was like, gift a special guy in your life. And the fact that all men will come back with that response, and women I have never met off of social media, purchased that book, inboxed me the receipt that they bought that book, and they was like, I'm gonna gift it to somebody, and they was putting it on their page. That's sad to me, because black men are out here walking around hurting, and we as black women, I love y'all. I can't imagine me getting married outside of my race. It's just something so powerful.
You the only one that loves us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You the only one that loves us.
No, that's not true.
It's like 4 of y'all.
That's not
Appreciate the
true.
love,
But
yeah.
you know what? Black women.
I mean, that's an over exaggeration, but
we're tired.
That's some real shit.
They love us until we try to take them to the Cheesecake Factory, and then it's all.
No, that's
all
propaganda right
It's
there.
all
But
over.
Yo,
black
the Cheesecake
women are
Factory is
tired. I think I can speak from experience. We have had to wear the cape for so long, and not to say that you all haven't, but when black men are unable to do or they can't do, a black woman is crying in a closet, she's crying in her car. We don't get that downtime. The kids, mom can't even go to the bathroom and pee, and they're coming in like your father right in the room, because you have 2-parent households in the black community out here. We just got to do better. As a whole,
You're right.
and
You're
to
right.
the
I agree.
black men, y'all got to do more for each other. Like if you see your homeboy or whatever, his head down, don't assume he got it.
what I want to say about my position in this world is, if somebody around me or a friend or a family member is going through something, my first job is to listen to you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Let you go ahead and get it out, pretty much. The same way with my role in life is on this podcast too. We'll talk about a specific subject, and my job is to make people see other forms of it. You know what I'm saying? Think of it this way instead of thinking about it this way. When I was growing up, I was a complete pessimist. I would go through something and automatically the world will end. You know what I'm saying? My mother said one thing to me that changed my whole life. Whatever you've been through, you've always made it past it. So why the fuck you sitting there worried about it? You know what I'm saying? When people start thinking that way, how true is that? You've been through something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you still going through it?
Somewhat.
How did you handle
mentally?
No,
Mentally,
I'm
you'll
saying,
be dealing
like,
with something.
I know what
yeah.
you're saying, though.
Yeah.
How did you handle that shit to get to where you are, though?
Listen, I am in complete agreement with you. I tell people, you weigh your present and future Goliaths against your past Goliaths.
Yes.
If you've already slayed Goliath, then why are you worried about this one?
Why you letting him come back?
Now, the problem comes in, what if it's 2 Goliaths? In my past, I've been able to prepare and battle 1. Now, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm not saying that the sky's falling, that the world is over, whatever. I may be able to get past this, but this one may take a little more time. So while I'm in the process, it may appear as if I'm defeated. I'm not taking it that way.
Initially, you know what I'm saying?
I may feel it, but but the game ain't over.
Initially,
It's still time left on the clock.
you know what I mean,
So-
go through it in your mind. Like
Yeah.
that's the human part of you, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, oh my God, I got this fucking bill. You know what I'm saying? You gonna already automatically attack yourself.
Right.
So give us
You know
a
what I'm saying?
blueprint on how to deal, because I know we're talking with, and I used to be the guy that a lot of guys used to come to with, you know what I mean, just to vent and to give me their problems and to ask for advice and stuff. That's still the case, you know what I mean, in a
Right.
sense. And like you said, I'm more of a listener, and then I give my feedback based on my experiences and things like that.
Right.
What is the blueprint of helping guys deal with either past trauma or something they're going through presently or anything like that? Give me Taj, give me your idea. Like,
I honestly think that a lot of men's struggle comes from being stuck and being stagnant and not seeing a way out. So if a man has a certain plan, or if you can give a man a certain direction to say, all right, you see yourself in this light now, well, why don't you look at it this, like he said, he shows people from different perspectives. I think if a man has a clear path to success,
Just got a bunch of bullshit in the way. You know what I'm saying? It's stopping you from getting there.
What is he
And
upset
that's
for?
usually
He
your
has
mind
to
that's stopping you from
debunk
getting there.
that,
The
yeah.
fear of the fear of failing is what holds people back a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But if they, you know, if
That
you
is
could be
true.
a good
That's
friend
true.
and, you know, try to get them to defeat that part of themselves, you know what I'm saying? Then they'll make it to the next level every single time.
So how do
You know
we
what I mean?
get? How do we overcome that fear? You know what I mean? How do I come to my homeboy in a vulnerable state and help him? Like, what is the? How do I do that? Like, what's the process?
The problem is there isn't one process.
And that's
we
the thing,
all have
yeah.
different backgrounds, we've been through different things, different levels of conditioning.
See, but
so
I asked that before you finish. I asked that because I don't always like to talk about us. Like, if we bring up a subject saying that men should help other men not be so vulnerable or anything like that, we have to come up with an example for a solution of how to get us out of that state.
But you
we
have
can't
to
just talk about an
stop
issue
being a
and not
bitch.
come up with a solution, or you know what I mean, or not throw around solutions.
But
and things that can
you're
help us. It's
you're
crazy.
receiving solutions. You just have to know. It's like he gave you solutions. Deep Waves gave you a solution.
Deep waves.
yo, that is hilarious. Hey, that's your new name.
New day.
Make it all so silky
you-
smooth, just like
you have
it
to-
shine through.
You have to one take a pulse on the individual friend that you're trying to begin to help navigate, because understand that in your help you're merely a flashlight for someone that at a particular time is in the dark. You can't do anything for them. It can start with communication, and listening is a form of communication. Not being overburned, but still checking up on them. One of the things with Tyrell I would just check up. I'm gonna do it before it's over. I just wasn't feeling it because your question is so serious. I did was, hey, I would think I called him Big Head or something like that, a little joke.
You probably
Hey,
did.
Big Head, I'm just
You probably
reaching out,
did.
checking up on you. You okay? Something like that. I don't know. Maybe his
Something
head
to break the ice.
was
Yeah.
held down, and maybe he saw that text and chuckled at the sarcasm, but also noticed that there was some care and concern there, and consistency. I tell people when they want to help or they want to be a part of some type of needed change, your consistency got to be on board.
As men, we deal so much with pride. That
True.
We don't feel like another nigga can tell us anything sometimes.
Well, that's
you know
why
what I mean?
we have to go back. Like, as a life coach, I'm doing some life coaching with somebody right now, right? And she brought to me this issue that she's currently going through. And as I sat there and I was talking to her about what was going through, I started realizing, you know what? This didn't start here. Let's go back. And because I can have 10 different people who are in this same situation, right? I can't give them, like when you were asking about the blueprint, I can't give them all the same blueprint because I don't know how they all arrived at this place.
Right.
So she's here for a reason. We are not where we are. We didn't just wake up like this. There was a process. So I said, let's go back. Tell me, how was your relationship with your parents? She explained that to me. I said, okay, we're getting closer to what's going on with you right now. How was your childhood? I started asking very specific questions about her childhood. She's sharing all of these things. I said, that's it right there. We had to go all the way back to when she was 5 years old to figure out what she's going through right now at 40 years old.
Yeah, and that's
And
crazy. yo.
So
That
that's
is real.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's
There
real.
isn't
It's
just
real.
one blueprint because we've all gone through different things and we're all conditioned a certain way. So when you start going back and when you start peeling back layers, then you start getting to the root of the issue. So I'm like, okay, well, this is where this all started for you. So this is where the healing needs to begin.
See,
and this is how you ended up where you are.
You got that
know?
opportunity because that's
Spend
what
time
you
with
do. Yeah, you get the time to do it. I'm talking about if you see that your homeboy is going through something, you see that your brother is going through something, you come to him like, man, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? In his mind state, he's like, a lot of times it's hard for us to even, especially if it's something personally, like if we're going through something in marriage or we're going through something in our personal household, we don't want to give that much of ourselves because it makes us seem vulnerable. It makes us seem weak. It makes us seem soft. because we're giving too much emotion. We gotta. I don't know why we're conditioned that way. You know, maybe it's society, maybe it's the way we grew up in. I know in my environments growing up, we had to grow up that way. You know, what I mean, you had to grow up tough. So I just need to know what it is how to get in, how to penetrate that part of someone to be able to help them.
You
I'm
gotta
not sure if
take
you
a
can
pulse.
penetrate it.
You have to
He
take a
gotta-
pulse of the person,
Yeah,
and then
he-
go from there. You gotta know the person. And I always tell people, be careful when you open that person up, because if you don't have the time or the desire to stay there and help them process that emotion
Yeah.
in that moment, please don't do it, because
Okay.
I've had people
Yes.
Yeah.
do
I feel
that
you
to
on that.
me, and I always tell people, like, and I test people at my job, and I'll say good morning, they'd be like good morning, I'm like how are you, they'd be like fine, and then they say how are you, and I'd be like I'm terrible, had a rough night, and they keep walking. And I work with clinicians, and
It's
I
like, what you
and I
asked for?
stop
I
them,
do that
Yeah.
shit too.
and I stop them, and I'm like, I'm not well,
Word.
and I just told you that I'm not well, but you were in such a system of familiarity, you kept walking.
Yeah.
You don't know if I would have went in my office and took my life or went
Yeah,
back outside.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, so for anybody that's watching, and to all of us, be conscious and self-aware that if you're gonna invest the time and the concern in a person, don't overwhelm yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But don't open somebody up in a conversation. And I know black men are mad at us. Maybe it's the way we are presenting it when we say go to therapy. That is the best place for them to be, because they are trained to help you process. You get to, and they have different type, play therapy, you know, art therapy, music therapy now, body
Many different
movement,
forms.
whatever the case.
This is my
whatever-
therapy right here.
Smoke.
This is my
Smoke some
therapy.
weed.
Whatever,
Smoke some weed.
that
Weed
too.
therapy.
Yeah.
Whatever, don't do that.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, but we have to stop being in such a microwave mindset that we just zoom and pass what's in front of us. And one of the things I do with male or female, if I even remotely get a hint that you're going through something and I know I've been through something, I'll disclose
Okay.
to let you know, because people kind of might be looking at
To
you,
relate.
Chris. They might be looking at you, and not saying they are, I'm just saying they might be looking and be like, man, this brother got it together. His wife, his kids, his home, he doing his thing, got his bit. That can be intimidating for a man that's not, and let me
They don't
finish.
know. I'm stressed the hell out all the time.
Exactly.
I just
They
don't show that.
They don't
you know what
know.
I mean? Yeah.
So in that moment, there's an opportunity afforded to you to say, well, man, can I share something with you? Appropriately disclose. And in that disclosure, guess what you're doing? You're inviting them and creating a safe space for them to hopefully
I tried that with
disclose.
Dre, and all he did was offer me drugs.
Crack.
You know, it was real specific.
This is drug
Here, man.
abuse.
Yeah, here, man.
In
Yeah.
this
I
glass.
sat down and talked to him for a few minutes. I figured that he need heroin. He needs some methamphetamine.
Anyway, I want to let's get it. I want to change the subject for a second. 'Cause
I want to say one more thing real quick.
I want to say one more thing too
go
after
ahead.
you finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go
Basically,
ahead.
I always tell people that I was blessed with the parents that I was, you know what I mean, raised with. They taught me how to be a real nigga. Period. My mom more than my dad, for real. My dad was more like a father friend type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I could be myself around him. I can, you know, but he would give me like real advice. Keep me around him, hung around him, so I could see the type of person that he was. So I can pick and choose, you know what I'm saying, from him. He's a great person to pick and choose anything from, though. You know what I'm saying? My dad is like one of my best friends, for real.
Wu-Tang. Shout out to
So-
Wu-Tang.
His power is everybody knows him, for one. Number two, he's the nicest person in the world. He'll cuss you the fuck out, though. You know what I'm saying? Or like the real
Those
nigga
nice
part. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you come at him, you know, with negativity, he'll cut you. You know what I'm saying? He one of them. But if you come at him with love, he'll show you love twice. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he taught me. So every time I see people, like you see how I introduced myself when I walked in, that's him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a kid, I didn't want to talk to people. I was shy. I was, you know what I'm saying? Boy, come over here and meet your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Come over here and meet you. You know, she wasn't my cousin though, was she? But he just would introduce me. He taught me how to be a people person. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you never know when somebody going through something. So I don't know if you're going through something or not. When I see people, I automatically speak to them. I'll be standing beside you in the grocery store looking at boxes of cereal and be like, girl, okay, you know what I'm saying? Or dude, whatever, no, it doesn't matter. And sometimes, you know what I mean, I talk to people and they laugh. One day I talked to this, like a person that you would never thought, you know what I'm saying? She was like an 80-year-old white lady, you know what I'm saying? And she was standing in the aisle, and of course, I'm the tall person. So, can you get that off the top shelf? So I grabbed it for her, you know what I'm saying, and sat there and had a conversation with them. Another thing, too, is I love talking to old people.
Older people.
Oh, man, they
Yeah.
got the best fucking stories.
Wisdom,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh,
they do.
God.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
do.
Anybody that's ever been blessed with a real grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really blessed. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I had a conversation with this lady, just a general conversation, probably 3 minutes. Before I left, the lady tried to give me some money.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what's this for? She was like, this is for just helping me. Like, you have no idea how long I was in this store and nobody would reach something off the top
Wow.
shelf for me.
That's dope.
You don't know how long I've been in this store and, you know, you came up to me. You're the only person that talked to me in this store. And you came to me genuinely and talked to me and had a conversation with me. Thank you so much for that. I said, nah, keep your money. You know what I'm saying? That's what my purpose was for you today.
Okay.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's dope.
So that's the best
Yeah.
way I feel like to help somebody just be genuine.
Yeah.
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 Like you might not care. I don't give a fuck what
That's
you
me.
going
I
through.
be in the store. I talk to everybody.
Yeah,
You know,
I
talk
don't
to
give a fuck what
everybody.
you going through, really. You know what I'm saying? But who am I to deny you? You know what I mean? Getting something off your chest for even if it's just a few minutes.
Exactly.
I probably help that person not kill themselves today.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Exactly.
So,
Indeed.
Yeah,
you just never know who you being mean to or who you being nice to. You probably change their life just with a conversation.
Exactly.
That's my
yeah.
power in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That's
Now,
an Aquarius
the other side of that is that the other side of that is you have to know yourself, and you have to know when you are not equipped to be able to help that person.
Yep.
Sometimes your help is not helping. Sometimes forcing help is actually harming.
Oh, okay.
So you have to, you know what, I can't do this. I can't handle this. But let me see if I can get you somebody that can help
Okay.
you. But you have to realize when you're just not equipped to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help everybody. I hate it when somebody comes to me. There have been 2 times with life coaching that somebody has come to me about something and I'm like, this one I can't help. I can't help. You know, I would have been sitting there wasting their time.
at least you kept it real.
Wasting
with
mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like but this one is out of my hands. You know, and because it was something that oftentimes I've been through so much in my life that oftentimes when people bring things to me, I'm able to relate in some way.
Exactly.
And there have been some times where I haven't been able to relate, but I've still been able to help. This time I couldn't relate or help.
Man, that's
And I had to
unfortunate.
understand, listen, I can't do it this time. But I was able to point them in the right direction, though.
Right.
I was able
That's
to do
good.
that.
At
You
least
know,
you tried to do that.
That's helping.
that's
Yeah.
helping.
That's helping. You know
That's
what I mean?
helping.
Yeah.
All right, I want to get this because this subject has been real dark all day.
It's not dark. People
No,
need to
no,
hear
not
shit
dark.
like that.
Yeah,
for
that's
real.
true. But
You know
you know
what I mean?
me, I be with the jokes. I'm trying to get to the.
It's not funny.
Hold on, I want to call somebody real quick. Hold on, I want to call
We
somebody.
playing on
somebody.
somebody's phone? What we doing, Kurt?
Why are you calling somebody?
That's the way it hooked up.
I want to give a shout out to the Chase family and a rest in peace to Sherman Chase who passed away yesterday.
All right, I'm gonna give out some rest in peace as well. Go ahead.
That's basically it.
Rest in peace to my man, my childhood friend Johnny Weeks, who passed away a few days ago. Rest in peace to Matthew Perry, who passed away from Friends.
You don't know that motherfucker, yeah.
I don't know him, but you know me. He was on our TV. Everybody know him. Rest in peace to
Goddamn
who
Matthew
else passed
Perry.
away? Who else? We lost. Who else? We lost Shaft. We lost Shaft. The original Shaft. Yeah. He
Richard
passed away.
Roundtree.
Richard
I
Roundtree.
didn't know
Yeah. It was somebody else that I can't remember.
Rest in peace,
That was a
Michael
cool
Michael
black man,
Blake.
you already did.
Michael Blake.
Yeah, rest in peace, Michael Blake. Yeah.
Who Michael Blake?
He was a guy, real
cool
good guy.
dude
You know what I mean?
from
Real
right here.
well known guy around on the shore. Yeah,
Word.
you know what I mean. A lot of people liked him. For everything that I've seen, a lot of people liked him. Yeah.
Rest in peace to
Rest in
everybody,
peace.
man.
Like I said, we got to get off this dark stuff because I'm ready to shed some tears. I'm ready to show my
goddamn it.
vulnerable side. You know
This
what I mean?
motherfucker.
I want to make
cry.
a phone call real quick.
Are we playing on the phone? What are we doing? What's our role?
That's nephew Tommy.
I just want to know.
He gonna answer the phone and say, knock, knock.
That's not even funny. I cannot even believe you brought that up. Don't
Hold on, hold on,
forget
hold on.
to do that.
We can
The
hear.
hand.
Oh my God, hold on.
Calling me and shit.
You knew the setup.
God damn it.
Mom, can you hear me?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I'm in the house.
Huh? How do you? I was just calling to tell you how old do you feel being a great grandma now?
I feel good.
You?
Yeah, why?
I was just asking. You live on the podcast right now.
Am I?
You are.
Well, I feel damn good. Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
And I still look good too.
How old are you
All right
again?
now.
How?
How old are you again?
I'll be 65.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Get to
65?
165.
Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
shoot, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if you felt a little bit older today. You know what I mean?
No, I feel as good as long as Jesus gives me a day to live. Each day that I live, I feel better and better. Why not?
All right. I'll call you and talk to you later.
All right, love y'all.
All right. Love you too.
Peace.
I just wanted to put it in context that, you know what I mean, just give a shout out to me. Give a shout out to me for becoming a grandpop twice.
Yes, sir, yo. Congratulations.
Becoming a grandpop twice.
You too, mama.
So
Congratulations. Yes, you too.
two of my boys found out on the same day that their ladies were pregnant.
You just got a picture. Did you get it on your phone?
I think it just came through. So two of my boys found out that they were having babies on the same day. And then they had their babies on the same day.
Wow. That's
At the
what's
same
up.
hospital.
At the same hospital,
And
an
they had to be
hour
an hour
apart.
apart.
So they told me about an
Cousin
hour. They
twins.
told me about a couple hours after each other, like, because I thought they was playing a joke on me when they first told me that they were pregnant.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my first son, he showed me the pregnancy test, and I was like, okay, blah blah blah. So then when my second,
I went.
no, you told me, didn't you? I forgot who told me. They was trying to hide it from me at first, for real. They all knew. I was the last one to know, which is crazy.
I
You know
told
what I
him,
mean?
like, get the fuck out of here.
So then I was at work. So then I was at work, and my other son called me. My oldest son called me. You know what I mean? And they showed me, and I was like, "Oh, what y'all got?" I said, "Yeah, Lavelle already told me." They was like, "No, that's not for Lavelle. This is for us." I say, "Man, y'all playing." I thought they was playing a TikTok joke on me or something
Right.
like that. Same day, So you know what I mean? So I called it too. I said, "You know what? Y'all gonna end up having y'all babies at the same time."
Yeah.
And that's
Yo,
what happened.
Welcome to the club.
Wow.
Well, after
I'm a 4-time grandfather.
Me too.
That's
Word.
crazy.
Yeah, man. It's
Wow.
fun.
Shit,
When
my
the fun starts.
As soon as they told me, as soon as the babies were born, I seen a couple more grays in my beard. I had to hurry to the store, get some Beijing, you know what I mean? Go cover it up, you know what I mean?
Drink.
I'm not gonna let that pop thing get to me.
Don't no real niggas.
I'm not gonna let that
dying
pop
and
thing
shit.
get to me. I had this
Don't
joke.
no real nigga dying and shit. I'm gonna be gray as a motherfucker. yo. Gray waves.
Say it again.
I told Fonda that as soon as the babies were born, I thought about her. I said, because when it comes down, she can have anything planned, but when it comes down to her grandson, everything's canceled.
Yo, for
she
real.
cancel everything, drop everything. I said,
That's
that's
what's
what
up.
down. So I've had some plans that be like, oh, we're there, yes, bye, y'all.
Yeah, that's exactly how we are. Everything.
So I want-
our grandson is before any and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
If she knows
Yeah.
coming down, she's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, let me check my calendar because Brighton's coming down. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Shit, for real. Shout out to my granddaughter, Amaya Santiago. Her 8th birthday is November the 1st. So we're not gonna be here.
Birthday,
Whatever.
baby girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Round of applause to everybody and
Yeah.
their great grands and their grandkids.
I don't have any
So we all
grandkids
old
yet.
as hell. We all old as
No.
hell.
better go get some.
Hold
No.
up now. Hold up.
We all
I
old as
know.
hell.
They got
I
a
know.
good target.
I told my daughter, you make me a grandmother too soon. You
No,
be sleeping with the
Taj
fishes.
is the youngest.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Taj is the youngest in here.
He the youngest.
I am the baby.
Taj is the youngest here.
42.
I am
That's
the
right.
baby.
Still young and fly.
So what else everybody got going on, man? How's everybody weekend been,
Well, you
man?
know them
I had
Eagles
a good
ready.
weekend.
Trash
Yeah.
the Commanders.
We over 2 hours now.
hold up. You what you just said?
What?
Them Eagles
Yeah,
ready.
he an
Trash
Eagles
the
fan.
Commanders.
He a Eagles fan.
Why
they
why
are.
would you invite
said
him
big.
here when we about to lose to them?
See, he knows something.
She got put stains on the carpet when she walked by.
Believe me, that jersey won't see the light of day on these cameras.
That's the worst jersey.
She can point at that jersey all she wants. That's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna go to and cut.
Eagles is like,
Edit.
if they was like, oh, if you could pick any team, I would never choose the Eagles.
I know,
Eagles,
they don't like
But you know what?
Genius.
Though? That's funny that you say that because the rest of the NFL says that about the Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but and then the rest of the NFL will
This time
say
of year.
y'all's standings.
No.
Every year, this y'all.
It's our year.
I rode by the
Every
stadium
year.
last night for a
But
Which one, the
Stadium.
Eagles?
Oh yeah.
I was
Did you
in
throw the
Philly last
dub?
night.
Did you throw the deuce?
Was it waste
My whole
management?
family
What you
was
ride by waste management?
Oh
company?
snap! This guy crazy.
I heard they got some new trucks out there and shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, what they got is wins.
They got some new trucks out there. They got
W's.
terrible. They stink ass birds.
W's,
Boy,
boy.
they made the Dolphins look bad last week though.
Yeah,
Boy.
they ready to make some.
All
What
that
are
firepower
y'all?
they got.
Are y'all Indians this year? What are y'all?
Pigs.
Are y'all riding tanks? Y'all command? What is?
I don't know
We
what the
major
fuck.
Are you
Titans.
football team this
man,
year?
You know I did what the fuck we are right now.
Goddamn G.I.
You know
Joe
I
and
did.
shit.
Talk to me after the game. After the game, then I'll give you
You don't
answers
want
right
to
now.
talk
I'm
to
not
me
giving
then.
you.
I'm trying to give you grace.
That's why I wore green. I wore green today. For one thing, I wore this fatigue for a couple reasons. For one thing, because we're playing the Eagles, so I wanted to kind of mesh that
'Cause y'all
together.
tired.
And also because, you know, in keeping with my kids, because I'm keeping things a little personal, I have a Marine now. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah. Oh,
just
yeah. I
saying,
see you.
Marines as well. You know, one of the boys, that had a kid graduated Marines. So,
Awesome.
yeah, so
I mean,
got a
just,
lot going on.
Another word for fatigue is
is it
tired.
just me?
What? I'm talking about myself.
Yeah, no, he's talking about yourself
I'm
too.
talking y'all. I bet y'all talk about yourselves and y'all relationships and
Nah.
DMs and all that kind of stuff.
Nah,
Let
nah.
me get my accolades, huh? See, this is why I can't be vulnerable. This is what I'm talking about.
Hold up.
I'm being vulnerable. and talking about
missed what he
myself.
said,
See, this is why men can't be vulnerable.
Listen.
He said, but they're army fatigues.
What? Fatigue is
You
fatigue.
got a kid in the Marines.
Marines
He said
wear
it's
fatigue.
army
You think the
fatigue.
Marines don't wear fatigue?
No.
What do they wear?
Whatever the Marines.
Did you
wear.
see the last picture? The last picture I posted of him are in army fatigue.
What did the Air Force wear?
I don't know what the Air Force wear. I know that
They
he's.
don't wear
Do I need to
fatigue.
show you the picture?
What did the Coast Guard wear?
Do I need to show you the picture? The last picture he posted, the last picture that I got of him is in army
They
fatigue.
call
like-
it Army fatigue for a reason.
He like, no.
It's a lot of intelligence on this show today. That's what it should be called.
Man, it's been a dope show, man. It's been a dope show.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
dope show.
hell
Very
yeah.
dope
This
show.
has been
Very dope
awesome.
show,
It's
man.
about
I
time
love
to
it.
wrap it up. We're about an hour away
Yeah,
from kickoff.
we
Oh,
got to
Lord.
wrap it up. It's
12.
Yeah, it's
Is
12
it
o'clock
really?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12.
I get paid overtime today.
Wow.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all watching, man. Tuning in. You know what I mean. Going to
Yeah,
have some
man.
nice, good more pods coming through. You know what I mean. Everybody briefly just go
It was
around
nice
and
meeting
You need to
too,
come
for real.
back more.
Likewise.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
And,
nice
and
meeting
matter
you
of
too.
fact, with Wanda too.
I want everybody to briefly
Just
go around and just tell them
invite
what they got going on. You know what I mean?
And
What they
notice
got going
the
on in the
painting in
future
the
and stuff like
back. Make
that.
sure you get that should be the opening
Oh my
shot.
god.
Nah, I love that painting though, man.
That painting is dope.
Yo, that
It
shit.
is.
I ain't even see it. Yo,
the
that shit
person who
official.
painted
yo.
it is dope, but the shirt she wearing, we're not gonna bring her on camera just because of it.
She spilling
Come
shit.
again.
She spilled paint on the shirt.
Yeah, she's splatting. Like when she stand up, watch something splatting on the floor and shit. Like
Your commander shirt is turning blue.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a great one.
splat.
Little silver white Tim.
Y'all don't hear it? Splat. Splat.
Anyway, real quick.
You got cooties, yeah. You got cooties.
Todd, you got a freestyle for us today,
Oh man.
Let's hear something, man. Let's hear something. I was supposed to freestyle today, but
I
our
don't know if
DJ
I
didn't
got
come. That
bars.
was supposed to be
You
here.
don't,
Yeah.
you don't need
I
no
ain't know.
DJ.
I do because I need.
Oh, y'all want
I think
We
so.
want to be
All right.
singing. We want to be singing.
Give us something real quick, just to close this out. Just to close this out.
All right.
You need to beatbox.
He gonna beatbox Lil Uzi Vert.
All right, I got you.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Hey, yo, Chris, crazy, yo.
I
You
got
doing it right though. You doing it right. You better practice it.
Look, hear your beatbox. yo.
No. Yeah.
Yo, I ain't got nothing for
I'm light skinned. No, I'm just.
I don't got no bars.
All right, yo. We're gonna close out, man. Thanks for watching, man. Comment, subscribe, like, do all that stuff that they tell you to do on YouTube, man. We out, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, and share, please.
Yeah, share, please share.
Yeah. Oh, hold on,
And
hold on,
share with us your feelings as well if you want to. Share with us your feelings in the comments.
Like, share,
Be
comment.
vulnerable in our comments.
We don't
Hold
give a
up.
fuck what you
Before
Before we
say.
get out of here,
This guy.
Nicole, you want to plug Shop Talk?
Oh yeah.
And Again, I'm Dr. Nicole, one of the co-hosts for Shop Talk. Please make sure you tune in every third Saturday live via TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And as always, love yourself, love each other. Bye.
The TikTok doc.
And the TikTok doc.
Yeah, I want her to close out every show.
Yeah.
I got
all of our
bars too.
shows, all of the other shows we got.
Peace to the gods of the earth, man. Peace to the gods of
Just
the
say
earth.
the word.
I got bars too. The TikTok doc.
Go Commanders.
I should
Go
have sang.
Commanders.
Why don't they let me sing?
And we're off.
because you didn't say